Man, oh man. What's up, Miss Gina? How you doing, sweetheart? So, listen, I know. I know. I don't know if any of y'all seen the updates or not, but stuff's starting to heat up out there. And look at it this way. If it's the end of the world, the Bible's told us this for years and years. And check this out, right? There's there's those that ain't got to pretend anymore. Johnny don't have to sit in people's chats on 2 or 3 different phones and act like he's real popular. Carl don't have to sit in his living room and pretend he's saving the world and not doing nothing. And Martin, Martin's just Martin. He ain't got to worry about that good running car that's actually doing good to run. So let's see what Trump's got to say this morning.
Thank you.
Hey,
you said that this summit is a success. As you get ready to head back to Washington, what's the most significant, specific thing you walk away from here for the U.S.?
I think the most important thing is relationship. It's all about relationship. I have a very good relationship with President Xi and with China. And it sounds like something that doesn't mean anything, but it's everything. In deal making and problems we've solved. The two of us have solved a lot of problems that somebody else would have maybe done very badly with. We've solved a lot of problems over the years. We have a very good relationship. Trade has been very strong. We're getting a lot of soybeans for our farmers. We're doing a lot of, there's a lot of things happening for the farmers.
I'm curious to wonder what he said to Xi. If he told him, he's like, look, you can back Iran and hope you get some oil out of it, but they're going to double cross you in the end. You can get our oil and we can damn sure, do a lot more business with you than if you'll just leave them fuckers alone. It's probably about how that conversation went, but Trump knows he can't trust China. He knows he can't trust them. So we'll see how it works out.
Committed to 200 Boeings, big ones, 777s and 737s, and a lot of big ones, big, beautiful Boeing planes, 200.
But I noticed a lot of those big executives was over there, Elon Musk and a few other ones. With
a commitment that if they do a good job, and I told this to Boeing and General Electric, we're going to go to the General Electric engines, which are great. Yeah, if they do a good job, we could go up to 750.
And that's obviously a lot of investment going back and forth. Some Democrats, even some Republicans, had some concerns about Chinese manufacturing on U.S. soil. Is that happening?
Well, if they don't want to pay tariffs, it could happen, just like it's happening with other countries and companies. We have now more money being invested in the United States than any country at any time in the history of the world, including China, which probably is second from about 10 years ago. We have $18 trillion in 11 months, not the 12th month hasn't come in yet, the numbers. We have $18 trillion. If China wants to come in and wants to avoid tariffs, if they build here, for the most part, they're going to be hiring American people. If they want to avoid tariffs, they're going to build in the United States.
Despite concerns about China operating inside the U.S.
We have Japan is building massive Toyota, Honda, all of them. I mean, they're building massive plants all over the country. So if China wants to build for their cars, now, I will tell you, I put 100% tariff on Chinese cars because I didn't want them coming into the country. If you take a look, only because they swamp you, they'll destroy your auto industry. And that's what's happening in Europe. And now they're saying we have to do a little bit like Donald Trump. Europe is being killed. They're being absolutely swamped by hundreds of thousands, millions of Chinese cars and Mercedes and BMW and Volkswagen. They're getting killed. So if you notice, we haven't had that problem. You know why? Because I have 100% tariff on cars made in China.
And even though the Supreme Court ruling, you're going to still continue that tariff?
The ruling was just on a specific type of tariff.
And you're going a different route.
Correct. I have the right to do the same tariff in, frankly, a little bit more complex way, but it's actually a better tariff. It's a more stringent tariff.
I want to ask you about Iran and AI, but China made clear that Taiwan is very important to them. And after your first meeting here, President Xi's spokesman put out a statement to the media, through the media, saying this: the Taiwan question is the most important issue in China-U.S. relations. If it is handled properly, the bilateral relationship will enjoy overall stability. Otherwise, the two countries will have clashes and even conflicts, putting the entire relationship in great jeopardy. You were still inside the meeting when that came out. That sounded almost like a threat. Was it communicated that way behind closed doors?
No, it wasn't, not at all. But it has always been their most important issue. And it's not a takeover. They just don't want to see this place, we'll call it a place because nobody knows how to define it, but they don't want to see it go independent. They don't want to do it. And I think they probably would do something pretty harsh, and then they would be met harshly and bad things will happen. So no, it's not that. We talked, by the way, last night, we talked the whole night about that issue. I think I know more about Taiwan right now than I know about almost any country.
You think it dominated the talk?
It's always been his most important thing from the day I knew him years ago. I've known him now 11 years, 12 years. It's always been the biggest thing for him, Taiwan. Now, with me, I don't think they'll do anything when I'm here. When I'm not here, I think they might, to be honest with you.
So
I'm not sure that they do anything if it remained as is. But they have somebody there now that wants to go independent. That's a risky thing. When you go independent, they're going independent because they want to get into a war and they figure they have the United States behind them. I'd like to see it stay the way it is. And I'll tell you something. I'll make a little news. I'd like to see everybody making chips over in Taiwan come into America because, to be honest with you, I think it's the greatest thing you can do because it's a heated situation. There's no question about it. And as you know, we have massive amounts of chip companies now from Taiwan already coming in. We expect to have 40 to 50% of the world chip business by the end of my term. And I think it should
Trump
be even more than
knows
that. I think all of those chip companies, if they're smart, they're going to start heading to Arizona and the places where they're building. That's going to solve your problem.
Should the people of Taiwan feel more or less secure after your meetings with President Xi?
Neutral. This
has the policy changed at all?
No, nothing's changed.
U.S. policy?
No, nothing's changed. I will say this. I'm not looking to have somebody go independent and, we're supposed to travel 9,500 miles to fight a war. I'm not looking for that. I want them to cool down. I want China to cool down.
But you're waiting on approving billions of dollars of weapons for Taiwan.
That's right.
Is that moving forward?
Well, I haven't approved it yet. We're going to see what happens.
What are you looking for?
I may do it. I may not do it.
Yeah. What's your hinge point?
Well, I'm not going to say that, but I may do it. I may
See how
not
they
do it.
try to
But we're
fucking
not
trip
looking to
him
have
up.
wars. And if you kept it the way it is, I think China's going to be okay
All
with
the
that.
gaslighting, man.
But we're
Some of
not
these
looking to have
reporters
somebody
need
say,
to
let's
chill
go
the fuck
independent
out.
because the United States is backing us.
So President Xi probably liked that you haven't approved the weapons to Taiwan.
I would say like is maybe too strong a word because he thinks I could do it with just the signing of my signature, unlike Biden who couldn't sign his signature.
Dude, it's crazy.
No, I'm holding that in abeyance.
Makes you want to grab one of these months. You know who needs their ass beat? These fucking reporters. Because they try to get shit started over and over again, man.
China,
fuck Canada
it's a
too.
very good negotiating chip for us, frankly. It's a lot of weapons. It's $12 billion.
Well, not all
it's a lot
Canada,
of weapons. But,
just that one.
when you look at the
crazy nut
odds,
up there.
China's a very, very powerful, big country. That's a very small island. It's, you think of it, it's 59 miles away, 59 miles. We're 9,500 miles away. That's a little bit of a difficult problem. With all of that being said, if you look at the history of Taiwan, Taiwan was developed because we had presidents that didn't know what the hell they were doing. Because if they would have put tariffs on chips coming in, they would have never left. Everything was about Intel, and everything was about our chip companies. They stole our chip industry. So I've said that for years. I said, for years they stole our chip. If we would have had one of our presidents just say, we're going to put 100% chip. You can leave, you can build in Taiwan, but you sell it back into the United States. We're going to put 100% or 200% tariff. We would have never lost the chip. We lost the chip industry. It's all coming back. And I do say this, Taiwan would be very smart to cool it a little bit. China would be very smart to cool it a little bit. They will both cool it.
On AI, was there any agreement about any kind of guardrails that China and the U.S. might agree to so that AI doesn't go crazy?
Well, we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it. Look, AI is mostly a great thing. Mostly. And we're leading China. We talked about that. We're leading China by a lot. I gave the right for AI to build their own electric producing plants. That's a big deal. They can manufacture their own electricity now, which we could never have gotten from the grid. And now you have these very rich companies headed by lots of geniuses build electric plants. Because of that, we are leading China by a lot in the AI race. Now, it's mostly the two of us. Other nations are in it, but mostly. And whoever wins the AI race, and we're going to win it. I mean, if we're smart, we're going to win it. If we're not smart, we're not. But we're leading by a lot. We talked about that last night. President Xi was very surprised at how well we've done with AI, because they thought, when it started, they took this gigantic lead.
Hey, Captain Midnight. So supposedly they're building another big pipeline in Alaska. And you're talking about a great opportunity for young Americans. You don't have to know shit how to be able to grind. I mean, hell, anybody can be a welder's helper.
And we now we are substantially ahead of them in AI.
But do you think there'll be some buy-in, set up guardrails or something?
I think there could be. We talked about it. But, at the same time, we're competing.
Talking about good fucking money.
So it's a little hard to say, oh, gee, let's put on, we're competing with each other and we're going to put guardrails. It really doesn't work that way too much. But AI, if you look at medicine, some of the things they're coming up with medicine, some of the cures they're coming up with that people would have never gotten there, it's going to be mostly a good thing, but we want to have some guardrails.
You said that the President Xi said he would offer assistance on Iran, and specifically,
I also said we don't need assistance.
You didn't ask for it. You said he was offering it specifically to open the Strait of Hormuz. What do you think he will do?
I think he's been very nice about it. He gets 40% of his oil there. He didn't send anybody. He didn't send ships. He didn't send ships with big fat guns on them that we would have had to repel. We would have. The good thing is I built, during my first 4 years, the most powerful military in the world. We have the most powerful military in the world. That was shown in Venezuela, which took 1 day. Actually took 48 hours. I mean, it took, let's see, about 48 minutes. I think it was 48 minutes and 13 seconds, and it was over. And it's a strong country with a strong military, but it went very quickly. And now, by the way, we have made a fortune with their oil. And so they've made more money in the last 8 months than they've made in the last 10 years. And we're really, participating in the profit.
Venezuela, but obviously Iran is
it's a different kind of a thing. Yeah. But we're doing probably almost as well as I don't know how you can do better. They have no Navy. They have no Air Force. It's all destroyed. Their Air Force is destroyed.
But yet they're talking a big game. They talk a big game. Iran's foreign minister said the Strait is open to commercial shipping only if they cooperate with the Iranians.
They're not talking a big game. You know who's talking a big game? The fake news media. If you read the New York Times, you would think that we're losing militarily. Think of it. They have 159 ships. Everyone is now in the bottom of the sea. Every one of them is gone. They had mine droppers. They call them mine droppers. Nice thing. Who has 22 mine droppers? And mine droppers are all gone. Now they have what they call fast boats. You know what they are? Runabouts, like you'd buy for your fantastic son if you wanted to buy him a nice boat, and they put a machine gun on it, okay?
You're fantastic.
Most of them are knocked out. We knock them out just like we knock out the drug dealers.
You like to talk about cards. It seems like they're playing with a bad deck, to your point.
They have no deck.
But they're still playing.
No, the only thing they have going is a fake press. They know how well we're doing militarily. And then at the request of a very nice group of people from Pakistan who are very close to Iran, I didn't go that final. They said, could you stop? We're going to make a deal. And we really had the confines of a deal. No nuclear. They were going to give us the dust, nuclear dust, everything we wanted. And every time they make a deal, the next day it's like, we didn't have that conversation. And that's taken place about 5 times. There's something wrong with them. Actually, they're crazy. And you know what? Because of that, they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Because
the president of China agrees with you on that. And
he agrees with me on that. He agrees with me that he wants to see it end. He'd like to see it end. He would like to help. If he wants help, that's great. But we don't need help. And you know the problem with help? When somebody helps you, they always want something on the other side. That's the way help works.
Hard to believe, but it was 1 year ago today in UAE.
I don't think
interviewed
so,
you,
man.
and I asked you
can't
about
believe Martin's been gonna have everybody locked up. He does this fake ass damn. I'm talking to the feds. I got the YouTube button in my room. Yeah, shut up.
How do you
with the
get to a
hamburger,
solution
Martin.
there?
Oh, we'll get 100%.
You think so?
Well, we're going to have a solution one way or the other. It's either going to be violent or not violent. And I far prefer nonviolent. Sure.
Obviously, you've
By the way,
explained.
perfect answer.
You've explained why you did what you did.
Yeah, it's
because
probably
of the
something
nuclear
shoddy
threat for
did,
Iran.
though. If he is locked
but
up, I don't
we're
know.
not-
AD,
no,
I want to
but-
say AD said he was in his chat yesterday, so I don't know how true that is, Nickel.
Obviously
asked
not
me.
Venezuela. It's different.
Well, it's different, but
But you did say it was going to be fairly quick, and you
here's the
said it
difference.
numerous times.
Venezuela was sending drugs in at a level that was terrible, and they did something that was a terrible, mortal sin. They emptied their prisons into our country. Okay, that was terrible, and that was different. This one
I haven't talked.
is,
to
I guess you could say,
Shoddy,
worse. I was,
but I don't
bad.
fuck with
You know,
nobody though. You know what I mean? Unc kind of stays to itself. I don't really fuck with nobody.
Much worse, emptying your prisons, drug dealers, murderers into our country. That's pretty bad. But you could say this is worse. In this one, they are trying to make a nuclear weapon. I've stopped it twice. They would have had it 2 years ago. They would have used it already on Israel and the rest of the Middle East. Look at all the missiles shot at people that didn't think they were even involved. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE. Look
So
at
it's
all.
500 to get him out.
Bahrain, Kuwait. They got all shot at. Nobody thought they were even involved in this thing. They would have used a nuclear weapon on the Middle East. One thing I'll make clear right now. They said
that's the most
very
I'd heard of. What's up,
specifically,
British
because I deal with
Bulldog?
them. I said, we're taking the nuclear dust. They said, you can have it. I said, we're going to go get it. We're not going to let you take it. They said, we can't take it. We don't have the capability of taking it. I said, why? I said, because it was hit so hard. I mean, the mountain literally collapsed on it, a granite mountain.
So why isn't that good
Just so
enough?
you know. Well,
I mean, if your goal was to set back,
it is good enough, but you know what? It's not good enough public relations wise. It's important, it's important. It's probably good enough for a different reason, though. Space Force, which I created, has got cameras, 9 different cameras in space on that site. We know everybody that moves there. We can read the name of a person. We can read if his name is Mohammed something, and most of them are Mohammed. You can guess about 50% right. We can read his name
Martin's
right on
a
his
fucking
tag
bitch,
from space. It's the most amazing thing. Anybody that goes near that space, we have it tagged. They haven't done anything there. And if they did, we would hit them very hard. So 2 days ago, and speaking to the Iranians, they told me it was hit so hard. They actually said, I must say, that there's only 2 countries that
My
could
man
get it.
said, I'm
us
still paying
and China.
$5,000.
They said us and China, that they don't have the capability of getting it because it was so obliterated. The term I used was obliterated. The fake news said, oh, maybe somebody can get it. They actually said if they wanted to get it, they couldn't. So that's not good enough for me. I want to get it.
So why are we where we are? Did you underestimate the pain tolerance that Iran has?
I didn't
for this?
underestimate anything. We hit them
This little
unbelievably
fucker's a
hard.
dick, man.
Absolutely nailed it. Do it.
I told you 360.
What's up, everyone? Pro bass angler John Hunter.
Look,
This Superman looking
We left their
motherfucker needs
bridges.
a shit
We left
slapped
their
out of him.
electricity capacity. We can knock that all out in 2 days. 2 days, everything. We left Cargill, and other than I said, hit it, except for the valves where the oil comes out, because when you hit that, that means you're going to lose a little oil. But one thing is happening amazingly. Ships are floating up to Texas and Louisiana, and they're going to Alaska, and they're loading up with oil like we've never seen before.
Americans
And
want to know
people-
when it's over, though, right?
Yeah, look, Vietnam lasted 19 years. Iraq was like 10 years. Korea was 7 years. Another one was 14 years. Another one was 12 years. Another one was 9 years. We're in there for 2.5 months. The other thing they talk about, so we lost tens of thousands of soldiers in Vietnam. We lost tens of thousands of soldiers in practically every war. I've lost, and I wish we'd lost none, because I know those parents. I spoke to them. lost 13 soldiers in 2 wars
China got 3 tankers out this week filled with Iranian oil.
because we allowed that to happen.
You did
We allowed that to happen.
before this trip. Gas prices in America are still high, painfully high. For
They're going to drop like a rock as soon
Once
as
it's
this
over.
war- Yeah, they'll drop
painfully
like
high
a-
though now, and
See,
and
and
could be
that's,
creeping.
that's where he fucks up saying shit like that, because that's what people want, right? Is the gas to come down. So that's what's forcing people to say it ain't but $1 more than what it is. It's a very small inconvenience. I mean, it's fucked up. Don't get me wrong, but
higher
lower than
before it's
Biden.
done.
Excuse me, lower than Biden, and much lower than people thought they'd be.
This inflation number is going up. You're right, much lower than President Biden's was, but it's going up under you. The numbers are. You can imagine Democrats and political pundits
The people get it.
jumped all over this
The people
statement
get
that
it,
you
right.
made the other day. You were asked when you were leaving.
What extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all.
That's right. That's a perfect statement.
So,
I'd
but-
make it again.
You can
Because you
imagine
can't-
how many people stop the soundbite
No,
at.
no.
I don't think about America's
played that
financial
up.
situation. So, what's your response to that
It's
framework?
very simple. When people hear me say it, everybody agrees. Short-term pain. It's going to be short-term pain. But the pain is much less than people thought, because people thought that the oil would go up to $250. You know, it was $99 yesterday, $99 a barrel. I thought it might go up to 200. I was okay with that. Not that I wanted it, but you cannot let them have a nuclear weapon. They will use it on us. They'll start off with Israel, wipe it out. The Middle East, wipe it out. It'll go to Europe. You know, they have a missile that goes to Europe. You saw that, okay? They have a missile goes to Europe. I have done Europe a very big favor. When you tell somebody you're going to have to pay a little more, not that much more, a little more for gasoline for a very short period of time, because we want to stop the threat of being blown to pieces by a lunatic, by a crazy person, and they are crazy,
I know
using nuclear weapons.
it's like they got
Everybody
that
says that's
fucking-
fine.
What they
And
call
that
it,
question
you
was
know
a
what they
fake
call it, that
question,
TDS
and they didn't
shit.
put my full
Trump
answer. I
deranged
totally
syndrome.
care. Look, I inherited high prices, and they came in with the word affordability. My first press conference, 2 days in, and Biden didn't do press conferences. He'd go for years without doing, because he was incapable of doing it. He was an incompetent person. But my first question was about eggs. Eggs have quadrupled. What are you going to do? I said, eggs, tell me about eggs. Tell me about the problem. Eggs have gone up 4 times. He said, I'll take care of it. By the way, I did take care of it. But they came up with a word, because they are good. They're rotten with policy. They're horrible politicians. In many cases, we have a new name. They're Democrats. I call them Democrats, not Democrats. They're Democrats. A lot of low IQ people. You have Ilhan Omar saying World War XI. She said she was referring to World War II. She said World War XI. These people are destroying our country, and we have to stop it. You know, President Xi said something yesterday. He talked about, and he wasn't referring to the last 15 months. He talked about America as a nation in decline. And I said, you're right. But he wasn't talking about, because he said, what you've done in 14, 15 months is a miracle.
When you hear Trump voters, Alex says, I voted for you 3 times. He can't handle the costs. And he's not for this foreign
I
conflict.
hate it. Brett.
He's not for the foreign conflict, but Roy in Pennsylvania, he's a retired farmer. He can't handle the fuel going up. And he says
It's
he's
going to come down
disappointed.
very fast.
And
Well,
so
no, look, disappointed.
I'm just telling you
When
what they
you say to him, Roy, Alex, we got a problem. We just hit the highest stock market price ever. By the way, then when I went in, now again,
it's higher.
with the war, it's higher than it was when I went in. Think of that.
I
The
agree.
401ks at their all-time
Hey,
high.
man. What's
There are
up,
more
88?
people working right now in the United States of America than at any point ever in the history of our country.
Detroit Free Press, a state that you won. While champagne flowed on the trading floor and President Donald Trump celebrated record highs, pessimism spread like wildfire outside Wall Street stores, straight into the kitchens of average American families. There is this sense that, something is changing. Whether they can hold on and believe that you're going to get them to know.
Brett, I have to do what's right. I said to my people, we just hit 50,000 on the Dow. That wasn't supposed to happen for 5 or 6 years. I did it in my first year. We just hit 7,000 on the S&P. That wasn't supposed. That was even less of a chance than the Dow. We have. It was just announced 401ks are at their all-time highest that they've ever been. All these things happened, and I said, I'm sorry to do this to you, but we have to stop this group of very crazy people. Now, those people are gone. They've been eliminated. The second group has been eliminated, and some of the third group. In a way, we've eliminated so many leaders that it's almost, I'm trying to figure out who the hell are we dealing with, all right?
Who are you dealing with?
But, well, we're dealing with people that I think are right, but they're afraid to make a deal. They don't know how to make a deal. They've never been put in this position before.
So you're going to hold out until they do.
Well, I'm going to do what's right. I have to do what's right.
But the strait should be open, right?
It should be open. Look, see, to stop the strait is very easy. All they have to do is say, we dropped a mine in the strait someplace. You know, see, we're at a little disadvantage, but that's okay. The strait will be open. They will not have a nuclear weapon, and the world will go on, and you will see gasoline prices drop. Energy prices generally drop like no. Don't forget, they have a lot of boats that are loaded up with oil that are going to bring the oil out as soon as this is over. And I think it's going to end fast. They've been holding up the world for many, many years with the strait. You know, they've used this many, many times. They said, we'll close the strait. They've closed it in the past. They use it as a weapon. They're not using it as a weapon with me. And what they did, and actually what President Xi said last night, sort of smiling about it, he said, well, they close the strait and then you close them.
But you think they're going to capitulate sometime soon?
Yeah, oh, sure.
Okay.
I have no doubt.
Mr. Stand by if you would. Special report from Beijing with the President of the United States continues after this.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
Wait, how old is the new hire?
I don't know, but he literally uses Excel.
On Taiwan, he does not want to see.
So where was the second part of that? They didn't even let him fucking have the second part of that? Is that what you're trying to tell me? And they had just
Welcome
posted
back
that,
to
I believe.
Beijing. Mr.
Oh, that was a
President,
day
thanks
ago.
for the time.
Thank you.
You know, you said that this summit is a success. As you
Let's
get
see
ready
if I
to
can
head
find
back
the
to
second
Washington,
part of that.
what's
They didn't even post the second part of that. You've got to be kidding me. Why wouldn't they post the second part of that? It was a special report, right?
Yeah, guys, good morning. We do start with some breaking news out of the UAE, where officials say that a drone attack against a nuclear power plant caused a fire at a generator on the outskirts of the facility. A significant attack and likely conducted by the Iranian regime. It comes as tension continues to rise across the Middle East as the region waits to see if the war will resume in the days ahead. So far, efforts toward a diplomatic solution with Iran have been unsuccessful, with officials in Tehran unwilling to make the necessary concessions to reach a deal. President Trump spoke on his return flight from China, indicating he didn't like the first sentence of the Iranian response to the U.S. peace proposal.
I looked at it, and if I don't like the first sentence, I just throw it away. What was the first sentence? An unacceptable sentence. Because they fully agreed no nuclear, and if they have any nuclear of any form, I don't read the rest of it. 20 years is not enough for you. It's got to be a No, 20 years is enough, but the level of guarantee from them is not enough. In other words, It's got to be a real 20 years.
And on Saturday, the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group returned to the United States after a deployment that was the longest for the U.S. since the Vietnam War. Now, Secretary of State Pete Hegseth called the work of these sailors phenomenal.
Absolute resolve, epic fury. It's an incredible story, and the only story that should be told today is of the heroism and the skill and the professionalism of these sailors who went 3 times around the globe to defend that flag right there, which can only do what this strike group does.
Overnight, President Trump shared a series of AI images on Truth Social. One shows the president standing at a control center that says Space Force with outgoing missiles on a screen behind him. The other shows him commanding the Navy with the caption, "It was the calm before the storm." All of this comes as the Iranians have accused the United States of changing their negotiating position.
An attack on our nuclear facilities has already taken place once, and they claim they completely destroyed them. Yet now they are once again talking about attacking the facilities. These contradictory statements truly indicate the depth of America's confusion regarding their objectives in this war.
Iranian officials continue to make serious statements about the country's nuclear program. This is a key issue President Trump wants resolved either at the negotiating table or on the battlefield. Guys?
Trey, real quick, of the many things I believe the New York Times broke this week as far as what the administration may do, one of the things was, one, a ground offensive for the nuclear material, but the other one was still this idea of taking Carg Island. That might become a reality. Could you explain if there's any breadth to that and why?
I've been speaking with regional intelligence officials this morning who indicate that the assessment inside of Iran is President Trump may resume combat operations against the regime. And these officials say that currently the Iranians are conducting a strategy of deception and delay with hopes that buying time would actually make it more difficult if the war does resume. As it relates to Carg Island, President Trump has a variety of options on the table to put pressure on the Iranian regime. And one of those is the possibility of sending forces to Carg Island, this critical island that accounts for around 90% of Iran's crude oil exports. You also have a variety of other options for President Trump. And remember, right now, the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports remains in place. Yeah. And Israeli officials tell Fox News that this is an exponential threat for the regime because internally in Iran, you have this situation where the regime is getting weaker and weaker each day. And as the economic situation gets worse for the Iranian leadership in Tehran, they face new domestic internal pressure. And that is part of the broader strategy by the Trump administration to put continuing pressure on the Iranian regime and make it more difficult for them to have support internally for any sort of future conflict, and also their ability to rebuild in the aftermath of Operation Epic Fury.
Certainly feels like a powder keg right now. Thanks, Trey.
Thanks, Trey.
Thanks, Trey. All right.
Watch baseball all season.
What about
long.
this
Catch
fucking
the action
lady?
live with YouTube TV. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Welcome in, everyone.
This lady Dave's fixing to talk about. They should hang her in the streets, straight up.
You guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. I am filming this on May 16th. All information up to date as of May 16th. And we have a bombshell report that says President Trump is weighing the next steps for military action inside Iran. And that includes activating Delta Force and or SEAL Team 6 for the mission we've all been waiting for, the mission to capture the highly enriched uranium. On top of that, there is a massive reward being offered as a manhunt is underway for a traitor to the United States of America who defected to Iran, as well as more updates with the situation. So we got a lot to get into. Before we get into it, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost nothing. Huge boost to the channel. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Comment. Do you want to see Delta Force go in? Should we just stick to bombing? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Hit the notification bell, all notifications turned on, and then bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open and reach out with whatever you got. Now let's get into it. So I'm going to start right here. I'm just going to highlight the first part of this. It says, according to the New York Times, citing 2 Middle Eastern officials, the U.S. and Israel are preparing to possibly resume combat operations against Iran under a new name as early as next week. So the New York Times is saying the clock for combat operations resuming starts, I guess, depending on how you interpret that, either Sunday or Monday. But the clock is ticking to get operations underway to resume.
We've gotten too fucking soft as a society, and people think they can just do whatever, and there ain't gonna be no recourses to their actions. This bitch should be hung from the Statue of fucking Liberty right off the goddamn torch.
Kinetic strikes, kinetic actions against the Iranian regime, against the IRGC. This could likely include targeted killings of IRGC leaders, which are now in control of the country. Remember, the IRGC, the most fanatical wing of the Iranian government, that has more power now than ever before. They are running the show. They want to build a nuke, and they do not want any ceasefire or peace deal with the United States. Now, the New York Times, I'm going to put this on the stage. The New York Times offering some more information here, saying if Mr. Trump decides to resume military strikes, options include more aggressive bombing runs at Iranian military and infrastructure targets, U.S. officials said. This is important. We've talked about this, and now it appears we are getting closer to it happening. Another option would be
just bomb the fucking power plants. They got plenty of oil. They can use the oil lanterns to see at night. Fuck them.
Put special operations troops on the ground to go after the nuclear material buried deep underground. They said several hundred special operations forces arrived in the Middle East in March in a deployment meant to give Mr. Trump that option. Now, the units that train to do this are your tier 1 units. Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, both have capabilities to do this. Delta Force has a full mission set to recover biological weapons, nukes, things of that nature. They've trained on it for decades. They know what they're doing. They would have other assets with them because it says right here, as specialized ground troops, they could be used in a mission aimed at Iran's highly enriched uranium at the Esfahan nuclear site. But such an operation would also need thousands of support troops, which would likely form a security perimeter and could be drawn into combat with Iranian troops. That option, military officials acknowledge, comes with the big chance of casualties. So they would lock down the airspace. They would have Air Force Special Operations. They would have probably the 82nd Airborne, Marines, things of that nature that would set up a perimeter, and then the tier 1 operators would go to work getting that highly enriched uranium. Now, I'm going to put this on the screen to tell you how seriously the Iranians are taking this situation. The Iranian government fears ground operations. This is a video that was broadcast on Iranian state TV to the population, showing them how to use an AK.
و سلاح شما رو حالت ضامن نیست. باید ضامن بگذارم بعد فشار گذاری کنم. نه در کلیه شرایط غیر از اینکه میخوایم از سلاح.
Well, they had to rob the boats. Just
what if the most consequential move Iran makes in the?
They had to rob the damn armored boat just to get the guns.
Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing.
نه در کلیه شرایط غیر از اینکه میخوایم از سلاحمون استفاده کنیم و وضعیت‌های عملیاتی با.
So what they are doing in this video is showing him, here's how you operate the safety on the AK-47. Here's how you rack the bolt. And why are they doing this? Well, they are probably, well, not probably, they are incredibly fearful of a U.S. invasion, and they think the public is going to rise up. But here's the great irony of this: rise up against the U.S. invasion. Here's the great irony of this: people in Iran don't have guns because the government fears that the people would turn those guns against the government. Now, are we to believe that the government is going to flood civilians with AK-47s to fight U.S. troops? I'm highly, highly skeptical. But the fact they broadcast to the whole country, like here's how you use an AK-47 is almost surreal given the killing and oppression of the civilians and protesters. Now, let's talk about this. I've always been fascinated by Monica Witt. For those of you who don't know who Monica Witt is, she is a former Air Force member who had access to highly sensitive information, who then took that highly sensitive information, classified information, including the programs we were running in Iran and our spy network in Iran, and defected to Iran and gave all that information to them. It says the FBI has put up a $200,000 reward for the capture of Monica Witt, a former U.S. counterintelligence agent accused of spying for Iran. Witt is alleged to have passed sensitive information to Tehran that put U.S. personnel and their families at risk and aided the regime in targeting her former government colleagues. So we now have a manhunt underway. $200,000 reward is being offered for the capture of Monica Witt. Quite honestly, this woman should be captured, brought back to America, and then spend the rest of her life behind bars for what she has done, directly aiding the enemy of the United States and giving them some of our most sensitive secrets. Absolutely appalling.
Oh, shit.
Now, this popped up as well. We have a situation that is unfolding where Russian flights are coming from Somalia to the UAE to potentially evacuate Russian nationals in the UAE. Now, why would they be doing this? Well, they would be doing this because they think that the war is going to start again and they want to get their people out of the UAE. We saw very similar flights before the war started in February. They were running flights around the clock out of Africa. The Russians have a significant presence in Africa. They're running flights to get their people out of the country. At the same time, we have heavy fighter jet activity ongoing from late last night over Iraq, over Erbil, where the United States of America has a significant military presence in the region. And then right here, I'm going to put this up on the screen. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth welcoming the USS Gerald Ford back to America after the longest carrier deployment post Vietnam, since Vietnam. It was involved in the Maduro raid. Then it was sent to the Middle East for operations against Iran. And now, after what feels like about a year at sea, it is back. And it is, we say thank you to all the brave service members that were there. Speaking of naval movements, lastly, Iran's parliamentary national security chief says Tehran has prepared a new mechanism to control traffic through the Strait of Hormuz via a designated route system to be unveiled soon, adding that only commercial ships and countries cooperating with Iran would benefit. He said Iran would also collect essential charges for specialized services under the mechanism. So Iran is not backing down from its stance. It plans to charge ships to go through the Strait of Hormuz, which the United States fully and totally rejects. So as of me filming this video on May 16, President Trump now has the options in front of him for continued strikes or ground operations in Iran. Things are going to get very dangerous. Things are going to be developing at a rapid pace. I will continue to monitor the situation. As always, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.
You guys, after years of marriage, this right here is up.
I bet she look like she needs somebody with some blue chew. Oh.
Yeah, guys, good morning. We do start with some breaking news.
All right. Let's see what they're talking about right here.
The smell of gunpowder in the Middle East is slowly dissipating.
I hate these.
However, everyone is asking the same question. Will the crisis in the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran still puts forward,
possibly as early as this coming week? Trump announced that he threw the Iranian peace
have to have sunglasses. Look at this
trash.
motherfucker.
So the question is no longer if, but when. Are
Nano,
Israel and the
nano.
United States
Space
on
boy
their
looking
way
ass
to attack
motherfucker.
Iran? While the Revolutionary Guards wanted to choke the world, it turns out they shut the power off
That bitch look like
on
a pimple.
themselves. And today will bring you the boomerang effect that is destroying Iran from within.
What's up,
And a
potential?
severe blow to the Hamas terrorist organization in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli Air Force eliminated the #1 figure of Hamas, of the terrorist organization in the Gaza Strip, Azadin al-Haddad, the head of the military wing of the Hamas terrorist
I
organization.
can't. When they start sounding like they choking on their own words, I can't listen to
the
that.
smell of gunpowder in the Middle East is slowly
He's using something on that motherfucker, pimp. That shit look bad, boy.
President Trump heading to Beijing with a full plate of issues up for discussion, including Iran, the AI race, tariffs, Taiwan.
Post this shit talking about posting an hour ago. What's wrong
The smell
with
of
these
gunpowder in the
fucking
Middle East is slowly.
President Trump is set to speak with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today. As sources tell Fox, the two may restart military action against the Iranian regime soon. Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv with the latest. Hi, Trey.
Guys, good morning. Regional intelligence sources tell Fox News they assess the Iranians believe they can drag out the current stalemate for at least 2 weeks. But the prevailing assessment inside Iran is that President Trump may resort to restarting military action, and Tehran is now deliberately pursuing a strategy of deception and delay with the hopes that buying time will complicate potential return to war. These sources say Iranian officials are looking at the World Cup and America's 250th anniversary as a backstop that could work in their favor. Tension remains high across the Middle East as the region waits to see if the war will resume in the days ahead. So far, efforts toward a diplomatic solution have failed, with Iran unwilling to make the necessary concessions to reach a deal. President Trump spoke on his return flight from China, indicating he didn't like the first sentence of the Iranian response to the U.S. peace proposal.
I'm just old school, Dad.
I looked at it.
The motherfuckers start coming.
And if I don't like the first sentence, I just throw it
can't
away.
listen to that shit.
What was the first sentence? An unacceptable sentence. Because they're fully reading no nuclear, and if they have any nuclear of any form, I don't read the rest. So 20 years is not enough for you. It's got to be a no. 20 years is enough, but the level of guarantee from them is not enough. In other words, it's got to be a real 20 years.
Overnight, President Trump shared a series of AI images on Truth Social. One shows the president standing at a control center that says Space Force with outgoing missiles on the screen behind him. The other shows him commanding the Navy with the caption, "It was the calm before the storm." This comes as the Iranians have accused the United States of changing their negotiating position.
An attack on our nuclear facilities has already taken place once, and they claim they completely destroyed them. Yet now they are once again talking about attacking the facilities. These contradictory statements truly indicate the depth of America's confusion regarding their objectives in this war.
On Saturday, the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group returned to the United States after a carrier deployment that was the longest since the Vietnam War.
Somebody getting laid tonight.
Called the work of these sailors phenomenal.
Absolute resolve, epic fury. It's an incredible story. And the only story that should be told today is of the heroism and the skill and the professionalism of these sailors who went 3 times around the globe to defend that flag right there, which can only do what this strike group does.
Morale remains high across the U.S. military as there are still tens of thousands of American service members deployed across the Middle East. Lisa?
Trey, as always, we appreciate your coverage. Thank you. All right. Well, this morning, a new report out that President Trump's close advisors fear China may invade Taiwan within the next 5 years. One of them telling Axios this: Xi is trying to move China to a new position where he's saying, we're not a rising power, we're your equal. And Taiwan.
Hold on, let's see what the fuck Taiwan's saying. They just put out a damn statement.
Navon, the number one rated
Taiwan representatives to USA. We're not the ones creating all the trouble with China.
This travel platform lets your team book work travel in one place: flights, hotels, cars.
I guess these little fish-eating motherfuckers want a problem too.
Taiwan's representative to the United States. Ambassador, good to have you here in person. There hasn't
Send his little ass back to the fucking rice fields
and a leader of Taiwan since 1979. But President Trump indicated to reporters there might be one coming. Is there a call planned with President Lai?
Well, we'll see. But President Trump, when he was in Beijing for the last 2 days, he mentioned that he heard a lot about Taiwan. He heard a lot about Taiwan in his 2 days in Beijing. But the problem is he heard only their side of the story. He heard the Chinese story, or as we say in Spanish, el cuento chino. I think if he has time, would love to tell him our side of the story, the Taiwan story.
Bro, them motherfuckers eat anything that way. Bullshit.
Resiliency.
Jellyfish. You ever? How in the fuck do you eat a jellyfish? Leave it to these motherfuckers. They will.
staying up.
They're like, you want
against
the fuck?
Chinese
No,
aggression.
I ain't eating that
This has
shit.
been going on for 77
The
years.
fuck
This
is
is not
wrong
something
with
that
y'all?
just happened when the DPP, the current ruling party in Taiwan, came to power. This has been going on for 77
They
years.
just
since
non-wasteful
inception
people, really,
of,
but still, man.
1949
Some
when
of
they
the
became
shit
a
they eat.
People's Republic. So this is not a recent thing. You know, as if we are the ones creating problem. It's China, People's Republic of China, creating all this problem.
So
But
no
the
calls scheduled yet.
Well, the
but-
communication between Taiwan and U.S. is constant, is current. But I'll leave it to the U.S. to announce anything if
Yeah.
it happens.
It would be a big deal. He did
Looks
speak
like
to
a big old
past president as
ball of
president-elect.
boogers.
Yes,
not
with
since
President
he
Tsai,
came
in 2000.
into
Well, I guess Jelly
That's
Roll
right.
probably eat the
So
motherfucker.
China refers to your president as a
Put a little salt and
separatist, in
pepper on
part
it.
because Lai has talked about being a, quote, practical worker for Taiwan independence. In an interview with Fox News, President Trump said he's not looking to have somebody say, let's go be independent because the United States is backing us. Does Taiwan have any intention of declaring independence formally from China?
Well, let me first say that President Trump and Secretary Rubio have been very categorical during their visit to Beijing, publicly stating that there's no change in the United States' longstanding position in Taiwan, which we want to express our appreciation for upholding this position. What is meant by Taiwan independence, my president just made a statement recently, just now, and it means that Taiwan is independent from the Chinese aggression, from the PRC, actually. The formal name of my country is Republic of China, and we're not subordinate to the People's Republic of China in any way at all. And that's maintaining our sovereignty, our way of life, our democracy, our vibrant economy, our high-tech production.
Yeah.
And that is what is meant by independence. We are sovereign, independent, away from the Chinese People's Republic of China's attempt to swallow us as one of their own. They have never ruled or controlled Taiwan ever.
Yeah.
So that is meant by independence.
What President Trump, though, said he wants Taiwan to cool it. He also wanted China to cool it. That seems to indicate that perhaps he was listening to Xi Jinping's version of events and might have been persuaded.
Well, that's why if we'd love to give in our part of the story, not just listen to Cuentos Chinos, but I think that's a statement of saying he wants status quo. President wants status quo. President Trump, that he wants no change in the Taiwan Straits, neither through economic or military coercion, and that the peace and stability of the Taiwan Straits is good for all parties concerned. And that's the position that Secretary Rubio mentioned during his interview, and that's the one that we also long for. We have been a responsible member of Taiwan Straits. We want to strive for peace and stability. President Trump doesn't want a war 9,500 miles away. We don't want a war. We want peace and stability. We want to have our lives going on as usual. But we're not the ones creating all this trouble, and that's why it's like our house. There's our intruders trying to get into our house. We're trying to beef up our security system, and then they complain. The intruder complains that because we're trying to improve our security system, it's making his job harder.
Right. No, I hear your point. And on paper, President Trump's administration has pledged near record amounts of defensive weapons and sales to Taiwan, but the deliveries haven't really been happening. And in Beijing, President Trump told Fox he's going to hold on to the latest weapons sale that Taiwan sought to purchase this year and use it as a negotiating chip with China. Impact will that have on your ability to deter China if you don't get those weapons?
Well, exactly. If we want to prevent a war from happening, I think it's best.
Bro, your country is so
strong,
small
able to defend itself, and therefore we should be able to buy the arms that we need to have a stronger defense. We believe in peace through strength.
Yeah.
So actually, it makes more sense for the United States to sell us the arms so we can defend ourselves, and so you don't have to send
Trump's
your army
working the board. I see that, but this place is so fucking small.
Well, the so-called 6 assurances that the United States gave to Taiwan back in the Reagan era, included a pledge not to cut off arms sales to Taiwan and of no prior consultation with Beijing on such sales. But this is what the president told reporters about his discussion with Xi. Take a listen.
So what am I going to do? Say I don't want to talk to you about it because I have an agreement that was signed in 1982? No, we discussed arms sales to. And what's his request? We discussed to Taiwan, you know, the whole thing with the arms sales. It was in great detail, actually. And I'll be making decisions.
In great detail. Did that violate America's commitment to Taiwan?
Well, again, but President Trump has also been very clear in saying that he did not agree on anything
But he did say he was going to hold on to those weapons.
Yeah,
and
but
not
he
give
didn't
them
say
to
he agreed to anything. So again, the United States government has been consistent throughout all administrations since 1979 in providing arms to Taiwan, according to the Taiwan Relations Act, which is selling arms commensurate to the threat that Taiwan receives. And past administrations, including President Trump's first term, made considerable amounts of sales, including the F-16 Block 70s. And also in his second administration last year, he made two sales.
I think they should be making weapons, million miles.
On arms sales. So we believe, again, that having arms sales continue to Taiwan is in the interest of the United States and Taiwan to keep peaceful and stable Taiwan straits.
Well, we will try to ask the administration for updates on when those deliveries might happen. But thank you very much, Ambassador. Face the Nation will be back in a minute. Stay with us.
Let's see what this is.
Something strange is happening in Iran. Look at this. This is all
a potential
oil.
tipping point in the Strait of Hormuz. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent saying Iran has run out of room to store oil. It's going to have to stop production.
There have been no
leaking
loadings
into the
in
water.
The past 3 days. We believe their storage is full. None of the ships are getting out. None are coming in, so they're not able to store oil on the water. So they're going to start shutting down.
Wow. Okay. And I guess
here's a satellite photo of Karg Island, the hub responsible for 90% of Iran's oil exports before the war. The storage tanks are currently 85% full, according to experts, up 3% in recent days. Now, shipping guru Tanker Tracker says, quote, Karg Island isn't maxed out of storage space. If it were, they would grab the nearest available tankers and top them up.
So they're disputing it.
During the Beijing summit between President Trump and General Secretary Xi, about a dozen ships made it out of the Strait of Hormuz, including some from China.
Interesting.
It also turned violent again. An Indian flag.
So before we get into the recent attacks on other ships that have just happened, it looks like some tankers are getting out. But because you've got Iran's blockade of the Strait and then the U.S. blockade on the other side of that, their ability to store oil is severely limited. There's evidence that they're not storing it anymore and that we're running into a disaster here.
The attack on the Indian ship took place while India was hosting a BRICS economic summit. Another ship hijacked by Iranian commandos off the coast of UAE, last seen
So they're
headed
still
to Iranian
hijacking
waters.
ships.
Here was Iran's foreign minister speaking in Delhi.
The Strait of Hormuz is open, and all vessels can pass except the vessels belong to those countries who are in war with us, who are fighting with us.
So that's basically everybody because they're at war with all their
Today,
neighbors.
officials in OPEC-free UAE announced plans to build a second pipeline to bypass the Strait of Hormuz and boost export capacity, doubling it by next year.
So within a year, the entire Strait of Hormuz is going to be essentially useless. So right now, the United Arab Emirates has a pipeline that allows them to bypass the Strait of Hormuz. Saudi Arabia has one too. Look at that. It goes all the way over here to the Red Sea. UAE is going to build a second pipeline, which means it looks like there are people who expect this conflict to end, there to be some sort of a deal, and for the Iranian regime to perhaps continue, which would make the Strait dangerous. But President Trump was asked, how much longer is this going to go on? And listen to his answer.
So why are we where we are? Did you underestimate the pain tolerance that Iran has?
I didn't underestimate anything. We hit them.
I wonder why they didn't put the
unbelievably
second
hard.
part of this fucking interview out.
Look.
Yep.
We left their bridges. We left their electricity
There's an element of mercy
capacity.
here.
We can knock that all out in 2 days. 2 days, everything. We left Karg Island other than, I said, hit it except for the valves where the oil comes out. Because when you hit that, that means you're going to lose a little oil. But one thing is happening, amazingly. Ships are floating up to Texas and Louisiana, and they're going to Alaska, and they're loading up with oil like we've never seen before.
Americans
and people
want to know when it's over, though, right?
Yeah, look, Vietnam lasted 19 years. Iraq was like 10 years. Korea was 7 years. Another one was 14 years. Another one was 12 years. Another one.
Oh, shit.
We turn now to Ambassador Alexander.
This fucking button on the side of his damn
Stop buying frozen dog
mouse.
food. Hi, I'm Russell, the founder of Spot and Tango.
Something strange is happening in Iran. Look at this. This is all
A potential
oil.
tipping point in the Strait.
Over, though, right?
Yeah, look, Vietnam lasted 19 years. Iraq was like 10 years. Korea was 7 years. Another one was 14 years. Another one was 12 years. Another one was 9 years.
So 2.5 months is how long this conflict has gone on. In terms of the grand scheme of things, not that long. Hopefully it's over soon. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that it will be over soon, by the way, and it has to do with things happening inside Iran right now. Listen.
They're having to ration electricity. And, we're even seeing these weird oil slicks in the Gulf as if they're dumping oil. I'm sure
Yeah, it looks like they're dumping it.
all the far greens are going to be complaining about that at some point. But this is becoming a very dire situation for Iran, and it's going to feed into their broader problems. We were talking last week about 1 million jobs. Now it's 2 million jobs. 3 million jobs potentially have been lost in Iran. What is going to happen to these people? What are they going to do? What are they going to eat? Especially if you start turning their lights off. So even as the president's in Beijing, inking good deals for the American people, what's happening in Iran is getting significantly worse for the regime.
And here's why. If you've got 3 million people who are out of work, that is a direct threat to the regime's ability to preserve itself, because the regime's been promising people jobs in the oil industry. Well, if the oil's full and you can't pump it out anymore and you have to shut down production, there go all those jobs. The rest of the economy's having problems too. They're rationing electricity. And what's interesting is the U.S. is actually offering Cuba, who we're negotiating with, a $100 million humanitarian aid package. Could we see something like that in the near future to help get Iran's regime to say, hey, look, we're not going to go after these dangerous weapons?
But no oil flow until Iran agrees to no nuclear weapons or what deal we have put on the table.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Cuba accepting $100 million in U.S. humanitarian aid, Victoria.
Oh, they've accepted
This just was breaking this evening. What do you make of this?
Wow, really? So Cuba just accepted. Cuba's coming around. Everyone's making deals with the United States right now, except for Iran. And that only means they are going to be more and more isolated. But now the question is, could Iran's maxed out oil storage capacity cause some sort of ecological catastrophe? Is that what the world could watch here if the strait doesn't reopen soon?
Worrying about Iran's oil storage capacity might seem a bit esoteric to the majority of Americans. Talk to us about why it matters and why we should care.
Well, I think first and foremost, the
Yeah, they do
IRGC cares a lot about the fact that Iran can't ship their oil and that they're reaching maximum capacity at their export terminals. That denies Iran the funds that they need to carry on their military aggression overseas, to pay the IRGC and their besieged paramilitary force to suppress the population. I think the key question for our intelligence community, and I can tell you this from my own experience at CIA, for Director Ratcliffe at CIA, is how does Iran see this challenge for them that they
that's
can't
what I wanna
export
know.
their oil? How does the IRGC leadership, General Vahidi, for example, does this mean that the United States has the leverage that we need to force Iran to negotiate in good faith? Those are some of the questions I think that President Trump will be asking the intelligence community.
We don't know. On the one hand, we've got people that say this regime will stomach anything to stay in power, even if it means that their entire country falls apart. They don't care. Some of the thinking goes, what happens with their oil facilities as long as they're the ones in power after this whole thing ends? The other side thinks, look, if you can't pay the guys with the guns that are supposed to go out there and keep the regime in power, the regime might be on borrowed time, and there might not be anything they can do to stop that unless they make a deal which ends that. Meanwhile, there's another issue at play here. We've been hearing that the United States doesn't actually have the ability to re-engage in combat operations if needed. What's the story with that? And does it mean Iran can outlast us because before they run out of storage, we'll run out of weapons?
At his first public hearing since the Iran conflict began 7 weeks ago, CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper pushed back on leaked assessments about Iran's remaining missile stockpiles.
Iran continues to have as much as 70 to 75% of its missiles and launchers.
Where are they getting
the
that
numbers
number?
that I've seen in open source are not accurate. It's more than just the numbers. It's the command and control that's been shattered. It's a significant degradation in capability, and it's the lack of any ability to then produce any missiles or drones on the back end.
Democrats also want to know about depleted U.S. munition stockpiles. Reports the U.S. has fired 45% of its Patriot missiles since February.
Can you talk to me about how this constrains our air and missile defense?
Senator, I have all the munitions necessary to both defend our forces as well as conduct a broad range of contingencies.
So apparently it's fake news that the U.S. does not have the munitions left if this conflict turns hot again. Hopefully it doesn't, but just look at these headlines.
Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. I'm filming this on May 17th. All information up to date as of May 17th. And we have another sneak attack that has been carried out by Iran on a critical target in the Middle East. This one could have been much worse than it ultimately ended up being. Could have been a total disaster in the region. But Iran continuing its sneak attacks across the Middle East. And one has to wonder, when will people finally start shooting back? Plus, we got a lot more updates, including one possibly involving, wait for this, the daughter of Saddam Hussein. So we're going to break it all down before we get into it. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys nothing at all. A huge boost to the channel. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. When will the United States start bombing again? What comes next? How should we handle Iran? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the notification bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open, or reach out with whatever you got. Now let's get into it. So the Ministry of Defense for the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, has been hit hard this whole war. They've been targeted more than any other country in the region, including repeatedly during the ceasefire. The UAE has responded with strikes of its own inside Iran. So they continue to go, I wouldn't say tit for tat, because Iran is certainly firing way more at them than they are back. But as of this morning, shocking news, the nuclear power plant in the UAE was hit. Let's read. UAE air defenses intercept 3 UAVs. The Ministry of Defense announced that on May 17th, 2026, UAE air defense systems intercepted 3 UAVs that entered the country from the western border direction. That means they could have been fired by Iranian proxies, Iranian militias, or they could have taken a route, if they were fired directly from around, down the Persian Gulf into the west. It said
they
the
done cut his
said that
internet
2
off
UAVs
again.
were successfully intercepted, but the third struck a generator outside the inner perimeter of the Barqa nuclear power plant in the Al Dhafra region. So they were targeting a nuke plant. A nuclear power plant was targeted by the Iranians with 3 drones. 1 drone did get through and hit with on one of the generators there. It said the ministry added that investigations are underway to determine the source of the attack, noting that further details will be announced upon the completion of the investigation. The Ministry of Defense affirmed that it remains fully prepared and ready to address any threats and will firmly confront any attempts to undermine the country's security in a manner that safeguards its sovereignty, security, and stability, and protects its national interest and gains. So we now know another sneak attack has been launched with a direct hit in the UAE. At the same time, I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. We have fighter jets that have been spotted in the skies of Western Tehran, likely Iranian Air Force fighter jets. And that would be, they have the F-4 Phantoms. They got the MiG-29 still. They still have some planes, and they flew some planes to Pakistan before the war started. They still have some air assets, and they are now patrolling, likely worried about a retaliatory strike by the UAE. So we have fighter jets that are in the air over Iran at this hour. Now, Iran's deputy parliament speaker, Haji Babeh, If the enemy attacks our oil, we will ensure no country in the world has access to the region's oil for a considerable period. So Iran is threatening. If you hit our oil and energy infrastructure, we will unleash our weapons on Saudi Arabia, on the UAE, on all oil production in the Middle East, thus driving up the cost of oil and tanking the global economy. That is the Iranian strategy, tank the global economy, and they're already doing it to a high degree in terms of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, we covered this in a video yesterday. Iranian media is now teaching people how to use weapons. We had the guy with the AK-47. Here we have footage of people inside Iran being trained with rifles and other weapons in preparation for what they think is an imminent U.S. ground invasion. We'll just watch a couple seconds of this.
زنان بلوچ جازموریانی همیشه آماده دفاع از کشورمان هستیم.
با
شمال و غرب کشور افتخار می‌کنیم. خیلی هم خوشحالیم که یه برنامه‌ای برای آشنایی با اسلحه و تیراندازی اینجا برای ما گذاشته شده.
So there they are with weapons, training to fight a U.S. ground invasion. I don't like their odds if they actually get into a shootout with troops. And then right here, Israeli security officials assess that Mojtaba Khomeini heads the faction resisting concessions in the negotiations and is gearing up for renewed hostilities in Iran. So the supreme leader reportedly, according to Israeli intelligence assessments, is ready to push this thing to the brink, does not want a deal, wants the fighting to resume, and is preparing for that. He, of course, is a very, very hardline guy aligned directly with the IRGC, so that is not too surprising. And then Trey Yingst here from Fox News saying the prevailing assessment inside Iran is that President Trump may resort to restarting military action, and Tehran is now deliberately pursuing a strategy of deception and delay with the hopes that buying time will complicate any potential return to war, two regional intelligence officials told Fox News. So again, all signs point to this 100% getting turned back on and fighting resuming. Now, next up, I'm going to put this up on the screen. So this is video footage that shocked the internet last night. This is an explosion
What the fuck?
in Israel.
What the fuck?
And there were a lot of conspiracy theories about what could have happened. Now, we have some information here. I'm going to scroll up. The Israelis are now saying this was a pre-planned experiment that was executed according to plan. The issue of early public notification will be reviewed together with the company. So this was at a test site right here. It says the test site is located at least 5 kilometers from the nearest populated area. Company sources explain that the striking red glow and apocalyptic visual effect were caused by specific weather conditions and high humidity at the time. Rumors last night that were absolutely insane. People were saying a nuke might have gone off by accident. There was some kind of disaster. We are now learning that this was a pre-scheduled weapons test at a site that does missile testing, and no reason to panic at all. Now, we have more updates about the Israelis. We talked about how they had built that secret base in Iraq. Well, now we have more information. It says the New York Times reports Israel secretly operated 2 military bases in Iraq rather than the one previously reported. One of the bases was allegedly established in Western Iraq in late 2024 to scout remote locations for possible future operations, and was later used by the IDF during the June 2025 war with Iran. Iraqi security officials told the New York Times that the United States instructed Iraq to deactivate its radar systems during both confrontations with Iran to protect American aircraft. According to the report, Iraqi officials had long suspected Israel was operating in the area and repeatedly sought clarification from U.S. military but received no response. So we now know that the Israelis had 2, not 1, 2 secret bases in Iraq, and then right here, the U.S.
It's fixing to
air
cook
bridge
over there.
of supplies flowing into the Middle East continues at this hour, and it has been the entire ceasefire. They continue to flood resources into the region. And then lastly, I just want to touch on this because this is absolutely insane. It says tribes in Yemen's Al-Jaffa are mobilizing against the Houthis over the arrest of a woman known as Mira. The Al-Yatma tribes, historically neutral or pro-Ansar, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Ansarullah, are threatening military action if she isn't released. Mira claims to be the daughter of Saddam Hussein. She allegedly entered Yemen in 2003 and was hidden under a new identity by the Saleh government. So the Houthis, big allies of the Iranians, have arrested a woman that might be Saddam Hussein's hidden daughter. Absolutely crazy situation in Yemen unfolding. I had to share that.
When do you think
So
it'll be?
as of me filming this on May 17th, Iran has launched a massive sneak attack on the UAE.
Tuesday,
Direct.
Wednesday, probably.
It's confirmed. We have fighter jets in the air. We will continue to monitor the situation. As always, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.
Let's go check in on my crazy cousin for a minute. I won't stay over there too long unless he's actually fucking going off.
Stay here again. And I'm like, what for? And he wouldn't tell me. And I said, listen, bud, in a real world, there's no fucking way there's someone who has assaulted you and you have an order of protection on them should not be making calls on your fucking mental health, bud. This is fucking not right. What you're doing, like, please, come on, doctor. Wake up. But yeah, well. So remember, we got fucking edible. And she'll send you right to the moon, bud. So I remember he wouldn't talk to me, nothing. And I'm like, how can you do this? Like, I know what is going on right now. And that edible, and she's kicking in bad. And I like think to myself, I'm like, okay, I'll put on a little bit of a show. And I caught on my knees and I said, please, what is it going to fucking take you to listen to me? I don't understand what's going on here. Like, please. And he just looked at me and said, no, you're staying. And I'm like, please tell me where I'm fucking been violent and suicidal.
Jesus Christ, this poor bastard stays
That's when I
stuck on
lost
that,
it.
man.
For a quick second, Will. I couldn't believe what was going on in the midst of everything. Remember that other world I questioned and I was just trying to get answers for? Well, it came into this world and I said, hey, yes, what's going to get you guys? You have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You guys are fucking ignorant. And I knew when I said that, and I looked at all the guys thinking, I was like, you fucked up, girl.
He's
And then all
lonely.
of a
This
sudden, they're all
motherfucker
like,
needs a friend for
grabbing
real.
the needle,
Do they
fucking taking me
have
on.
an
I'm like, no,
adult
it's fucking
daycare?
edible, like fucking
Somebody we could
relax.
send by there to fucking go,
But
maybe
instead, they're like, you can
color
take this
some
shot or you
pictures
can
with
take
this
this pill. And I go,
motherfucker.
what's the pill gonna do? And it's just like a relaxer. It won't really do anything. It'll just, and it's like, fuck. They're gonna force because they're like, if you don't take this, you got, and you're gonna get. Anyways, they give me this pill though, and as I take it, I stick it somewhere in my mouth where, as I'm getting dressed, I can fucking release. Like they're still watching through the window, but they give you the decency to change. But I quickly did I got the pill, rolled it in like that, right? And so guess what? They take me to a fucking cage, buddy. A lot tighter than anything. No bathroom, no fucking nothing, bro. Nothing. So like, fuck, there's nothing I can do. I'm fucking caged in here like an animal. You can't walk through, you can't do a walk. No, Will. It's like fucking jail, bud. Like you had fucking, like you were harming to children. And you were suicidal. Just caged like a little beast. Hey, Will. It's Hardwell. Here. So we'll continue with the story, okay? So I pretty much nothing to do. I gotta go to sleep, right? I might as well go to sleep. I got this fucking edible in me. It's already done me more harm than good. So I shit you not. In the fucking middle of the night, while I'm sleeping, I wake up and there's at least 6. I know there's at least 6 motherfuckers standing around me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And they're like, Carl, it's time to take your sleeping pills. And I'm like, how often do you guys fucking wake people up to give them fucking
This idiot
sleeping
only
pills?
knows
This is
what you
fucking
convince
weird.
him of. If you can convince him of this shit, he thinks it's the truth. Carl is very, very lost. Very fucking lost. It's not his fault, man. It's just too many drugs.
Weird. And know what was even weirder, Will, is I think that fucking pill, I'd like to see what it is, because they'd have to write her in their little fucking chart, eh? I think it was meant to fucking take me completely out. But because it fucking did make my fucking lip just fucking humsy, man.
That's
Hey, bud,
Seroquel.
so
They give
that
this
was weird.
motherfucker
That was
Seroquel.
super weird. Know what else was super weird? Like, this is real. Like, they all have to have documents in the
Oh,
fucking
Thorazine
hospital.
Shuffle looking ass, boy.
Okay. Well, no, we'll continue because the story gets good. You'll like this. You'll like when Carl finds himself in some shit. You like it, eh? Well, anyways, so I'm locked in this fucking cage like an animal. No bathroom, no fucking nothing. You ring a dingy the bell, no comprende, nobody fucking answering. So you're like, oh, that edible, it's not agreeing with my tummy talk right now. And I think I got some liquid squirts coming out. And fucking lo and behold, you look, they're nice enough to give you this like cardboard fucking puppy-like thing, right? So there I am, fucking looking at the camera with my fucking finger like this, fucking squirting into a cup.
This motherfucker's shitting in a
So I'm
fucking
like,
damn litter box.
I'm looking around. I was like, oh, they were nice enough to give me the cup. Where in the fuck's toilet paper? No fucking toilet paper, Willard. But anybody who's been to a Canadian hospital and has seen the paper towels that they give you with your little snacky snacks. So there was like a snack of cookies or something on the upper table
Shit all
with
over
a
his
fucking
hands.
little
He's gonna
napkin,
open his crack
like little
himself.
tiny thing. So that's what I had to fucking wipe my ass with after fucking the liquid squirts, eh? So anyways, Bob. So the next day, they're like, well, we're going to put you into a room, but you got to stay in it, but it has a bathroom. So I got an upgrade, Willard. I was in this little tiny fucking room. And they said, you got to do a COVID test. So I did the COVID test. Willard, I fucking passed the COVID test, bud. But guess what? They had a new rule where you had to, if you were coming to the hospital, you had to pass 2 COVID tests. So I was stuck in that little fucking room. Couldn't fucking work your legs, no nothing, no TV, but I did have my phones, okay? And I did have like my Netflix app and shit like that, so I could watch TV, okay? So for 7 days, because I had to have 2 COVID tests and pass them. Meanwhile, the people, the nurses and shit that were coming into my room, giving me
Clearly,
food and
Rusty,
shit.
clearly.
They didn't have to do no sort of testing coming in to be around me who'd already passed a fucking test. Tell me how in the fuck that even makes sense, Willard. Willard, is the mental health system all fucked up here in Canada or what? Seems like they're always reefing on our fucking tax dollars. Why did they need so many fucking COVID tests done? Hey, bud. But yeah, that fucking fifth time, bud, she was not a good time at all. There were some zingers in there, let me tell you, too. Didn't feel safe that time. You fuck. But I will tell you a funny story, Will. When I was in the hospital, because my brain's always working, because you never fucking know, right? And I'm watching my social media or whatever. And something
we
comes
know
up
you
about
watching that.
some fucking voodoo doctors taking $150
What's up,
or
Ringo?
$100,000 to take you out and make you be right.
Scratch and dent sale, motherfucker. Scratch and dent sale.
I seen it. Doesn't make it real, Will. Just might be a fucking coincidence, and he might just be a fucking numbskull. You know what I mean? But hey, I don't really know. I never got to talk to him that much. He did tell me he thought I was on the spectrum like Bill Gates and Elon Musk.
Yeah, wrong
You know what I mean?
spectrum, bro.
Must have seen something
Got a
special. in
touch
me.
of the tism.
Those guys are rich. They're on the different side of the spectrum, I think, though. But you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah. So what other weird things? I've asked the one nurse, I'm like, you know why I'm in here? I can't figure it out. You know? And she actually said to me, she goes, Carl, I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't fucking know. You've been a pleasure to have here. Because I'm like, this isn't enough to drive one mental. When they can't fucking, they're not even being told why they're here. But we'll get on with it, Will.
Well, fuck, you need your own parking spot up there.
Oh, so I told you about the voodoo doctor, social media. So anyways, there's this girl. She's a real girl, okay? I've known her since we were kids. Not real good, but anyways. So we're sitting there watching TV, like good little droolers.
Oh. So it's in the
Little
water.
mental heads.
Okay, we got you.
Anyways, and she sees Poku walk by. And I shit you not, bud. She goes into this spiel about fucking how he drug her to some fucking satanic fucking seminar or some fucking thing, eh? And I'm like, I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm like, Chris, come on, don't fucking do this to me, man. I already think this guy's fucking with me because, well, do you know how hard it is? Like I said, thank God I got one person in my life to fucking listen to me. Oh boy. My videos have got me in a lot of fucking trouble, bud.
Well, I thought it was me that got you in
After
trouble.
I refused to take the shot and go home, that could have affected my fucking brain forever and ever.
Oh, trust
I
me,
had to
your
do the court
brain's
case, right?
affected forever.
So they
and
send
ever.
you somebody to kind of help represent yourself, and blah, blah, blah. So he comes to the hospital and talks to me, and he's like, Carl, I'm not talking to the same guy in the videos. Like, what's going on here, bud? I go, first of all, that's marijuana induced as well. First off. But I said, if you fully watch those fucking videos, bud, you'll hear at the end, it's me saying, none of this is probably true. But I'm thinking in my brain and I want to fucking talk about it because I don't want to think it anymore. I just want some fucking help. And hey, and I thought, hey, because I thought God was telling me I was chosen. Right, Willard? So I told the guy, I was like, even in my videos, I said, hey, I think I'm here to help the world. Not save it, Willard. Not save it. No more, bud. No. People can only save themselves. I've learned that lesson, but you want me to save you for some reason because you're fucking constantly putting me down for not saving anybody. No, I'm out here trying to inspire people to fucking save themselves.
Changing directions now.
Anyways.
Good deal. He's come. He's aware
yeah,
of
well,
his
that guy
failures.
came and he listened to me, and I said, by the way, anyways, because I used to say, hey, maybe I am mentally ill, and I can use this, and I can inspire someone to make a movie, even though I couldn't do it. Maybe they can make a movie about my mental health journey and how I
That's
wasn't
what it
going to give
sounds
up,
like,
no matter
Ringo.
how many lies came my
Hell
way,
yeah.
no
Unc's
matter
getting
how
a
many people
fucking,
try to fucking destroy me.
what
bud.
they call that, a bachelor's degree
No matter what.
in
I thought it'd be a great movie.
whatever
Even
the
if I am
fuck it
mentally
is.
ill, right? You gotta.
I'll be
admit,
sending
I'm
a bill
definitely
here
mentally
to
ill for God, right?
to old Joe pretty
Right.
soon.
You gotta admit, I'm in it to win it for God, right? I only want the truth, Willard. Hey, that's all I want. Is there should that be a crime? I just want to be the truth, Willard. Not my truth. Not your truth, bud.
Your mental
Not
illness
anybody's truth
inspiring
but the
movie.
truth. God's truth. But that's a journey, Willard. That's a journey, bud.
A journey from the fucking living
You got to
room.
understand the truth of you and the truth outside of you, bud. So you can't see the kingdom and you fucking hate me for seeing her. Hey, guys, we can do this. Why won't anybody listen to me? Are my ideas that bad? Tell me where my ideas are bad. If we actually got some way to do this. Fuck, the rest of everybody else wants to shut the world down. Nobody's going to shut the world down. You got to find a way for people to participate.
Shut the world
Make it
down.
5 or 10
Okay.
minutes and make them just want to know the truth. Hey, Willard, would you commit to finding out if Satan's running the world, eh, bud? Is that a hard commitment to ask from you? For your children's sake? Because if Satan's real, bud, like those Marcronis, if they're worshiping something, you know, I'm not saying they are, but I would assume the Rothschilds are with them too. You know what I mean?
I ought to tell him I only commit if you'll go live with me.
You know what I mean? What do you think? If Bill Gates, he's definitely not with God.
Oh,
if he's
shit.
against
Ellen
the world, like I
DeGeneres.
think. Just because I think Bill's against the world doesn't mean he's against the world.
Oh, fuck.
But I have the right to ask. Because I think I have legitimate questions, bud. The world just wants to let
I got a
fucking
legitimate question too,
this
Carl.
Epstein and Bill Gates working on a
Do you got a
pandemic
pussy
just
along
kinda
with that dick
fucking
between your
fly by
legs, or
without
you
asking
or
Bill any
morphodite
fucking questions.
motherfucker?
So if our intelligence doesn't want to ask questions, Willard, it's time for us to be intelligent ourselves and stand up and ask the questions for ourselves, not rely on other men to take care of our problems for us, mister. Because men like you cause problems, Willard. You're weak, you're pathetic, and you hate those who are fucking stronger than you.
Is that what it is,
You
Carl?
don't want to get out of your weakness, bud.
Boy, he's
I
just
am
got
with
all
God,
this
Willard.
figured out, don't he?
You don't have to believe it. I do. So fuck. And because I believe it, I believe you're in big trouble.
If I
Not
don't
because I
believe
want you
it,
in
then
big
that
trouble.
means
I never wanted you
what you just said is
I only wanted to
bullshit,
talk
right?
to you, Willard. But your actions, bud, not so good. You don't paint a pretty picture in the
Oh.
truth. And you and I both know that, pumpkin. So you let me know where I'm lying, bud. Because now we got to get on with the show. Get on with it, Willard. You have been part of the show, bud. I've been warning you. We might be making a movie here, Willard. And you got yourself main character status. Anyways, you are a filthy, dirty, little disgusting thing. And even though you are filthy, dirty, and disgusting, God still loves you, Willard. But in order to feel that love, Will, what do you got to do? You got to face the truth of you, Willard. And then face the truth of you, Willard. you'll see the truth outside of you, and you will want to be a man for your children and stand up and say no to the pedophiles. No, we want investigations, and we want you to pay for your pedophilia ways if you've done it. If you haven't, don't worry about it. Hey? We don't want to force it on people, Willard. We just don't want to think it and not actually fucking investigate it. Do we, Will? But Donald Trump's here to save your day, right, buddy? We're going to talk to Eric Sewell. I don't think Eric sees well. No, that's Eric Swalwell. Hey, fucking, I tell you guys.
Well, you know they got free liquor at them fucking casinos. I'm sure she catches some fucking poor drunk on the way. You know what I mean? 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wasn't Eric Swalwell one of those fucking that was big on the Epstein? We're not giving up. We're gonna make sure these victims are taken care of. Meanwhile, he's making his own fucking victims. You know what I mean? Hey, look at this.
He won't read that chat, will he?
Now, before I play this, let me give you a little backstory on my story on this situation from my perspective. The fellow we were about to watch, he was at Donald Trump's inauguration. Okay. Now, I didn't watch Donald Trump's inauguration. I did. I watched it on Candace. I'm pretty sure Candace watched the inauguration and I watched it with Candace. And when the Sewell guy, he's going off and he's just like, he's trying to pump America up, trying to pump Trump up, pump America up and getting them going. And this is a brand new dawn. This is a brand new day. And everything is fucking gay. Pretends to be gay. It's not really happy. It's just pretending. But yeah, I remember because, like, this is the thing. Like, Candace, I remember watching the inauguration, and I remember, see, I pay attention to certain things.
Yeah, we know.
And I haven't went back and watched it or anything, but this is what I think I remember. I remember, like, looking at her eyes, and just, you could see the excitement. Well, she was showing the excitement as well, but you could just see in her eyes. She just thought, finally, fuck, America's going to change. We're going to get fucking back on track. This is such a wonderful day. And she was cheering the Sewell guy up. And I was just like, I think I did a video so I can back this up. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this is, I'm glad Don's in there, but something about this guy, it don't make sense. Candace loves him, but something about this guy, it don't make sense about me. So we'll listen to him a little bit and then we'll see. You guys can go watch his inauguration speech yourselves. It was quite inspiring. It was a little too much. Like, anyway.
Leaders are set to speak, including my guest, Pastor Lorenzo Sewell, who delivered the benediction at President Trump's 2025 inauguration. Pastor Lorenzo.
So, that's a Trumpian, okay? This is your guys' spiritual influence over Donald Trump, right? Okay? I want you to take notice of that right there. I don't know if you guys can see her at home, but if you guys want to go check her out on Fox, Pastor praises Trump church visit, promises made, promises kept. Anyway, a Trump pin. A nice little, I wonder if he was one of the ones at the statue. Give me that big. We don't love you, Don. Listen, I want Sewell to see well, but I think he's not really a Sewell.
So how to say against Sewell?
Oh, it's Sewell. I'm saying Sewell. It's Sewell.
Now, Pastor, your story is amazing. The father was in jail, prison for murder. The younger brother who died. You were on drugs and selling drugs. Did you become a pastor?
Jesus changes people's lives. I think this is what we need to understand. Jesus changes people's lives. Well, let me tell you, Mr. Pastor Master. Jesus does. He changes Millard. He changes lives. He won't make you fucking care about the children. When you care about the children in Palestine, you'll care about the children in Iran. You'll fucking give a fuck about the children. You'll give a fuck about the Epstein victims. You will get, you know what I mean? That's what Jesus does to you. That's what Jesus does to you, buddy. Hey, Willard, let me let you in on a secret. Didn't Jesus say, God is spirit? God is spirit. Hey. What spirits are you chasing, bud? Maybe it's your duty to become a transformer and get locked in.
Nah, Carl, I'll leave the transform part to you, bud.
Your little avatar and let the spirit in your
That's
heart.
all
Let God in
you,
your heart.
my man.
And let the truth into your brain, buddy. And have your soul connect with your avatar, right? Doesn't that sound better than the route you're taking? Don't you want to be a better person, Will? Hey, don't you? Will you do me a favor, Willard? Will you get little me to ask Anime if she'll do an interview with me? She care about the Kylie Rodney thing again. I didn't watch it yet, but I know
Ringo, there's your cue. There's your cue, Ringo.
I got a lot of Ukraine questions. You know what I mean? What do you think, bud? Do you think she's part of the Azov Battalion? Remember the guys that went after Upchurch with the 8-8 tattoos? Those are friends. What's 8-8, bud? Did you know I got Azov Battalion sponsored fucking videos coming on my fucking YouTube, bud? It's weird. It's weird. But I'd like to know about Ukraine. I'm not saying she is, bud. It's just, I don't like having those thoughts thinking, fuck, she works for NASA. She was in your military, but I think Triple T said she wasn't. I've seen Triple T said that he checked her out and pulled up church that he didn't find anything. But I don't know, maybe he's wrong. Maybe I missed a step where Triple T was wrong and she was. But then she's part of NASA, bud. I'd love to talk to her about it. I'd like to find out if she learned about the Zohar. When she was with NASA, did she learn the Zohar? You know what I mean? I love that.
Oh, there goes
tons of stuff about Ukraine. Get a lot of things cleared up. I watched a little bit of an interview. I want to watch the whole thing with Tucker Carlson and his Carolyn Levitt, his press secretary. Cokehead, not a good guy. Quite the actor when he's on camera, but fuck, when he's off, he's a bit of a bitch. Do you imagine having that little Dzinski fucking treating you like a bitch, thinking he's big and powerful? Swimming in our money, maybe, eh? I'm not saying he is. But his second in command just got her for $100 million. So, you know what I mean? Willard, will you get that interview for me, bud? We can find out. Answer the question. Did the appointment go? Answer the question. How'd the appointment go? Which appointment, Will? The psychiatrist appointment that I had to get to fucking explain to a fucking psychiatrist? Hey, there's these fucking idiots playing games on the internet. They found themselves the retard they were looking for. And well, now they're trying to make trouble for me, bud. And they're trying to say I'm a threat to children. So I got to get clarification and make sure that you fucking think you're all right for me to be around kids. And he's like, Carl, just because you think differently. So, but that wasn't, we had them over on fucking Wednesday, but apparently that's not good enough. I got to go get something else. I say, go fucking talk to the doctor or whatever. I did my appointment. Now I got to go back to do something else. Well, you know what I mean? Do you know how fucking aggravating it is because of you, motherfucker? It's not because of you. It's because I'm in fear. I'm in fear, Willard, that if I do the fun videos that I fucking like to do, they go crazy. And I could potentially lose my fucking granddaughter because of you. You disgusting fucking piglet. That's real, bud. You're looking more. You're looking more like Rosie O'Donnell. Well, bud, I'd rather be Rosie O'Donnell than Donald Trump facing God.
I bet they got Rocco.
I wouldn't want to be either one, but I fucking
Ringo, ask him if he. I just want to see if the Rocco shit's blocked out of his chat.
Probably
ask him if he showed him the Rocco videos.
Fuck Don. Like, Willard, you will go out there and you will see many times where Donald Trump talks about what alcohol can do to you.
And I ain't even trying,
Rusty. Firsthand. He watched a fucking brilliant man.
Oh, you talking about,
humble
with him,
to fucking nothing. Okay? And he tells people this, which is good. And he should.
I've never called anybody on
say stories. Like, stay with. But the same motherfucker.
In his head, I've done it all, though.
Willard. It's real, bud. Go check her out on your YouTube. Trump vodka, bud. Trump vodka. And it wasn't made in America neither, bud. But it wasn't made in China. It wasn't made in China either. But yeah, that's who he is. You don't know any Bible verses, which is okay. as long as you get the gist of her. But he doesn't know what parts he likes best, Old, New Testament. This is a thing. All these fucktards. And I noticed Donald Trump. He took a speech. He did a big prayer in a King Solomon. They're all into King Solomon for some reason. I don't know what it is, but yeah. It's probably because they know they have the wisdom over you. They know you're fucking stupid, Will. And they know they got you hacked, bud. The Manny the Tranny videos. Yeah, Willard. I was having fun because somebody called me a fucking tranny. So I was like, hey, you want a fucking tranny? I'll do a skit. I'll make fun of what's going on around the world. And fuck, for some reason, it made me crazy.
Oh, he ain't on a roll yet, Carpenter.
For doing a skit about a tranny. But if I was a man and I thought I was a woman, I could have your ass put in jail because you're disrespecting my fifis. That's the world we live in, bud. I'm held accountable for fucking making fun of shit. And I'm not making fun of, I'm making fun of the situations. I'm not making fun of people who are trans. Because like I've always said, Willard, it ain't good living in the brain of somebody who thinks that they're fucking here for God. It really is not easy, bud. It should be, but it's fucking not. Because it's got a bunch of knotheads fucking running around. So I can't imagine what the fuck it's like to be either convinced or you think it on your own that you're in the wrong body. But I think the kids are very easily programmed because just like adults, Willard, just like you, buddy, you all fucking need to be loved. And you'll do whatever it takes to get the love that you fucking want. Rather than letting people have their free will, you force your love on people and you want to keep control of people. It's a sickness and it's gross. So it's our fault. Well, bud, I've had satire used against me to make me look like I'm fucking crazy, bud. When you know damn well what it was about. It was about fucking Rocco. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to be really fucking honest with you. Because you should be a man yourself, Willard. If you thought I was a threat to children, and you should have called CAS and you should have gave them your fucking reasons. Because I'm going to be real honest. I was that close. I was fucking, like, I'm telling you the truth. That close on calling on Rocco, man. Knowing that he was around small children, it did fucking bother me a bit. Like, really fucking bad. But I had my reasons, bud. Like I said, unfortunately, I think I can read people. And you can go ask little me for this video. You can go ask little me. You can go watch it for yourself. And Rocco is like doing this and he's talking about smashing Brandy B in the brain, smashing her in the head. And you should like look into his eyes and look at the. Then you know that he will go to whatever levels it takes to get fucking attention, even if it takes fucking trying to get it from children. Like he was hounding little mama. Like, why would you go to a child and try to get clout off them? It's gross and it's disgusting. And the shit he said about his own kids, the shit, like, the shit he said about his fucking super soldier experiences with children. It's fucking disturbing, man. There's something wrong with that fucking guy's brain. Really fucking bad. But anyways, yeah, I almost did. But I would have came online and said, hey, I did her. And I'm telling everybody why. And if you got a fucking problem with it, then fucking deal with me. Because that was fucking, oh. But Rocco can fucking go around children. But I gotta fucking, oh, you and Rocco are two of those kind of attention. Bud, I don't want your attention. I want your attention on the children, bud. I want your attention on the truth, not me, Pumpkin. That's where you get all disturbed. You think I want you to follow me or something. No, I want you to leave my page and go fucking find yourself. You don't need me. You need Jesus, bud. And he lives inside of you. And if you refuse him, you refuse him. That's not on me, bud. I'm just here to say, hey, don't refuse Jesus. There might be consequences. It's not that fucking hard. It's not that hard of an ask, Willard. So don't be an ass, Willard. Oh, don't need kids are around. And don't need kids are around. Well, bud, our kids need our help. Because we're not allowed to fucking parent anymore, bud. I'm fucking frightened to do anything with this kid. He don't clean. He makes a mess. He doesn't listen. He doesn't take no for an answer. But you gotta watch. You can't raise your voice because then he's gonna have his feelings, and then he's gonna tell the CAS people how mean and nasty you are, and oh shit. Yeah, it's a weird world out here, Willard. So yeah, I'm like, we're doing the handoff on Friday. His brother comes pick him up. So he's all good to go.
Good deal.
And she says to him before she walks out the door, she says, yeah, I'm going to help you clean your bedroom when we get there. So I take it, they still, he's probably got to be sharing a bedroom too. And I said to her, I said, hey.
Good, they're getting the kids out of his
it'd be good
house.
if you could teach
That
them how to
sounds
clean
like
his
it's a
bedroom,
fucking
because,
win-win.
They do the same thing here. They say they can fucking help them clean the bedroom and they clean. Instead of making him responsible for his own stuff, but hey. Tell you a little story, Willard. I think it was Monday. Was it Monday? I think I still got her. So, Willard, I take him to school every morning. Okay. I get him ready, get him breakfast. I'm his man in the morning. Okay. I'm his Alfred. He's my Batman. Okay. And
yeah, batshit crazy.
So in the afternoon, he usually has somebody else picking him up. Okay. So if I smoke weed, because I don't smoke and drive, buddy. I don't smoke and drive. So his usual person that went to go pick him up couldn't pick him up. So I didn't smoke any weed. In the anticipation, Willard, that I had to go pick him up. Okay. And so I got the text from my wife saying, hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to pick the boy up. Wyatt's going to take care of it. They'll have a nice little walk home. So I was like, okay. I texted her back and I said, okay. I said, well, I'm about to
get high.
I'm about to go hit the bong now. And she was like, okay. So I smoked. Well, and the young chap came home. So what we were doing was, my duty was to be Alfred again. And well, I'd get dinner ready and all that sorts of stuff like that for him. Right? Because Monday is early dinner night. Okay, Willard, why is Monday early dinner night? Because that's piano lesson night. Okay. So, anyways, when he comes home, he's like, Papa, you got to take me back to the school. And I was like, Bud, no, it's not happening. Sorry. And he's like, there's an open house. And I was like, yeah. And I'm just finding out about it right now. And sorry, buddy, we're not driving anywhere. Wow. And he just wouldn't stop. And I'm like, Bud, I can't. I'm not allowed to drive right now, okay? If I drive and I hurt somebody, wouldn't we feel awfully bad? Just because you feel the need to go to something we don't have to go to. Okay? He would not get her. He would not get her. He's fit. And it's hard just trying to be nice over and over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden, she goes quiet for about a minute. Then I get this. And give it to me. And it said, if you don't bring me to the open house, I will beg until I hear yes, yell at you, leave my toys on the couch. Hey, well, and especially because of you, and I'm a threat to children.
Oh, here we go.
This kind of behavior goes unpunished. Now, I don't believe in spanking the kid or nothing, but a little hurting of the fifis and make them understand that, you know, I'm not doing things to hurt him. I'm doing things because I can't. You know what I mean? Well, and knowing that this kid's getting driven into his brain that we're not his real family, and that we don't really mean anything to him. And like I said, the grandmother, when she's here picking him up, saying, when I said, hey,
I know I'm
you help
fixing to
Sloan
go
out
make me
to clean up
some
his
too,
room
no drama.
so it can benefit him when he comes back. And she's like, no, that's not what grandmas do. And I'm like, yeah, that's why. Because here's the deal. I love that little boy. And Willard, you can ask him. What does Papa love most about you? You can ask him that question again. He would be able to answer it just like that, Willard. That kid has got an imagination on him like none other. And I don't mind if you get in your imagination and you start causing a whole bunch of chaos with yourself and in your area. But understand that after the chaos, it's got to be cleaned up. And if it's your chaos, it should be your responsibility to deal with it. That way, nobody else has to deal with your chaos. But instead, we're all living in chaos, Willard. Why is that? Because George Soros hacked our fucking brains, eh? Fucking George. Oh, percepted you fucking right out, bud. Anyways, let's listen to Sewell.
Of our country that we're celebrating today, the greatness of our God.
Yeah, he's selfish as
God
fuck,
who loves
man.
us in spite of where we are. We can be in a crack house or we can be in the White House. Yeah. And
No, he's right. He's right. He's totally right. That's what people want to hear. God is with us at all times. But are we willing to be with God? Because
See,
if we're not
Carl
willing to be
doesn't
with
get it.
God, then
If
we're
he
not
really give a
with
fuck
him.
about that
Like I was
kid,
telling Willard.
he wouldn't be all fucked up all the time. He'd be able to take him to open house like a normal fucking parent. But no.
It's like, do you want to be in the spirit of God or do you want to be in Satan's spirit? Not wanting the truth is with Satan. You know what I mean?
and willing to reach out to us regardless if we're on fentanyl or if we in Christ, he's going to deliver us. And that's what happened with me.
What happened?
Well, I was down in Daytona Beach, street promises. I was literally cutting myself. It was during spring break and somebody came and prayed for me. Just like some people out there, maybe their mother prayed for them, their grandmother prayed for them, a pastor.
I'm sorry to tell you, but your system does not allow freedom. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, if you want to be with God and you defy the system that is the United States, you will get fucking punished. Because if there is a draft and you believe in God,
oh Lord,
you won't have religious rights. You can't say,
yeah, see, you're absolutely wrong, Carl. You can go through the army or wherever else and never pick up a gun. You can serve the military and never pick up a weapon.
Donald Trump, you fucking retarded motherfucker. I'm not joining you because the 10 Commandments fucking mean something. And I can't be willing to fucking kill for your fucking stupidity, you fucking moron. Anyways, you know what I mean?
That's how dumb you
If you're
are.
going to be a commandment breaker. Anyways, this guy, he's
Anyways,
big
I
with
can't read the
fucking
comments because I'll go
what's
off.
her nuts there. Trumpy came to his
We bow at him.
his churchy worchy and fucking got him to sell more merchy. This is right afterwards, though. I want to show you guys because it's not really making sense right now, right? I've just said like this guy, something about him reached out at me and said, this guy ain't right, even in the inauguration. But I want to show you what happened right after the inauguration, after he had to get his clout and sit there, and now he look at. You can do it, put them back into it. Miley Cyrus declined. He's hanging out with Robbie Robertson. I'm telling you guys. Yeah. Could you imagine? Could you imagine not being with God and you fucking get 100,000 people to stand with you? Tommy Roberts. He's not with God. He's against the commandments. He's an Israeli op, I think, but you guys show me where I'm wrong. You let me know where Palestinian people should be fucking murdered, death, killed, and treated the way they are, Tommy Robinson, and tell me you're with God and with the commandments, you fucking retarded motherfucker. Change your ways, because Epstein, I think somebody said in the Epstein files, he's there as a cheap motherfucker. But who knows? Maybe that was wrong. Maybe that's a lie. Maybe we can get that removed off the internet. We can stop people from fucking making shit up. So we think things in our head. But I got to tell you guys, the Rebel News, as much as I like to use it but it is a Israeli ran. You know what I mean? Because Canada pays for fucking this goofy ass fucking seat, all of it, all of our news. I'm hearing the papers too, Globe and Mail. We taxpayers just giving her up. But where was I going with that? Fuck. Yeah, we pay for our news, but Rebel, it's all based on donations and shit like that, right? Well, plus their your YouTube revenue and your social media revenue and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? But they are really backed, I think. You know what I mean? Because anybody in their right mind would be trying to fucking identify humans and not fucking Israeli and Palestine. You'd see somebody breaking the commandments, and that's who you would fucking speak against and try and bring to the fucking light. But oh, I'm crazy. Hashem bless you with what he knows, the most in his eyes. Well, thank you, Biblical Messiah. I try to do my best out here, bud. I'm trying to do my best. He knows I'm doing something I don't want to do. These fucking humans are just fucking nasty pieces of work.
Oh.
But then at the same time,
What's
you gotta know
up,
why they're like
professional?
that. And unfortunately, you get to go through hell to figure it out. You know what I mean? You can't get God from a book. That's something I think you got to experience. You got to be willing, Willard. You got to be willing to experience God, bud. And bud, I got this whole journey fucking documented. It was all about the truth from the very fucking get-go, bud. My first book, my red book. Or no, sorry, that's my green book. On my red book. My green book was my first book, but it's in red pen. I, Carl Smith, only wants the truth and nothing but the truth, no matter what my human brain wants me to think. I will pierce through and try to figure out what it is and not sit in my comfortability and stupidity. No, it was a much more briefer thing than that, but it was a dedication to the truth, Willard. I can find it if you want. Would you like to hear what I wrote?
She's
I got books.
she's probably riding old Little Penis Paul at the casino right now, I'm sure.
Everything's
Ready,
documented
Randy, what's
these
up?
days. A lot of it's just garbage, though, bud. It's just shit that I wanted to talk about and never talked about.
He won't answer that question.
See, because I got on here. So I watched this guy. I kind of like him. His name's Carl, too. But he was talking about fucking Donald Trump in this clip of this movie that he's seen about. And I knew which clip he was talking about. He's talking about where Donald's talking about the truth. And wow, I don't think Carl understood, but this Carl does. He was basically saying art of the deal. He was basically saying, hey, nobody really knows the truth. It's what you get people to believe is the truth. And those who believe more in something, it can become the truth. So it's art of the deal, you know what I mean? It's fake it till you make it, really. That's what art of the deal is. It's fake it till you make it. So why are you wanting to talk to my wife? Well, because secretly, fella, no, know who your wife is. What the fuck are you talking about, you moron? Who's your wife? Hey, Willard. Who's your wife? And if it meant her coming to God or her staying with the Wiltard, what choice should your wife make? What choice would you want her to make? If you were destined to be fucking stupid forever, when you want better for her, leave Exanime's name out of here. No! Just asking questions, dude. She's the one that went to NASA. I just want to know if she studied the Zohar with Billy Phillips. I want to know about those 8-8 tattoos. Is she part of the Azov Battalion? The Azov Battalion comes from Ukraine. Bill Gates told me Ukraine was one of the fucking dirtiest countries in the world. Trafficking, all sorts of dirty shit. You know what I mean? And I think it's a dirty laundromat right now. You know what I mean? Where men are dying for no fucking reason. And those people who make those people kill each other are going to go to fucking hell. Hell, hell, hell. Zelensky. What does she think about Zelensky? Hey? Laugh, buddy. Zanime doesn't have anything to worry about, then fuck, why wouldn't she have a conversation with me? Hey? Does she think the Azov Battalion's dirty? What does she think of Chrystia Freeland? Do you think Chrystia Freeland's part of the deep state? Do you think Zelensky's been penetrated by the WEF? Hey? Do you think? Oh, I bet you. Watch your mouth. Hey. Oh. Oh, that's a nice hug. Oh. Someone for that anything over there? Oh.
What the hell happened? Oh, he ain't supposed to be on the internet. He had to cut that bitch off. No, maybe not. I thought he
just turned 2 yesterday.
With his fat fingers.
She's hilarious. But she's a handful too. Huh? She deserves a better word, Willard. Better one than you guys are willing to give her. You know what I mean? Because you guys aren't willing to give her. We got to get back to Swalwell. This has gone over an hour, and we did not hit any of the things that we wanted to touch on today, Willard. Nobody cares about Zelensky except you. Well, I know, fucktard. Nobody does care. Nobody cares that Biden was retarded. Got told that because he wasn't capable of knowing that he did wrong, having paperwork he wasn't supposed to have.
I wonder how many of the three's one person.
Nobody cares that we might have jabbed the whole world right to fucking Epstein and fucking Bill Gates's plans. We should feel stupid for that and then not want to be stupid anymore. And the way to do that is to figure out if it's the truth or not. Do you want to not know? Those of us who took the shots are now Epstein victims, perhaps. Hey, would you like to be an Epstein victim? Hey, you don't care about Epstein, do you? Donald Trump told you were stupid if you wanted to know about the Epstein victims. There's no victims. It's a hoax. Just like COVID, hey? That do some damage? Did that fucking ding-a-ling dang fucking humanity right up those who didn't get it versus who did get it? But those who complied, you got special privileges. You were better than the ones that didn't get it. Attack them if you see them out on the street without their masks.
Oh, that would be a fucking good live
1-800.
stream, no drama. That would be some content.
Fucking
Get two of them in a room and throw a dildo in the middle of them.
Doing it. You know what I mean?
Off to the races they go.
You guys got they made us look like fools, and you guys don't care about her. You know what I mean? Willard, we're gonna get on this again because one day, one of you fucktards is gonna prove me stupid, okay? And I really need to know. I honestly believe Barack Obama does not have a birth certificate. Not a valid one, anyways.
That don't have nothing to do with your problems,
but she wasn't legit. And why the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that? Ask yourself that, bud. But anyways, look at this. We went to Swalwell, right? Look at this. This is great.
Oh, there's his life coach in the chat.
I need you to remember that this video is like after the inauguration. Okay. So once you've got your clout, now you can make your cash.
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go buy the official Lorenzo Sewell coin. I want you to be able to see politics become manifest, not just in a way where we're.
Oh, if you go buy his coin, you can make your politics manifest.
Over political gatherings, but we're seeing us become the hands and the feet of the Lord Jesus Christ. Would you help me? Would you help us in this endeavor? Would you?
No, I'm sorry, buddy, but if you were in Jesus
But
Christ,
he'll go pay some
would be
random fucking dude on YouTube $50 in a comment just so
You
he
have
can
got a
talk to
front
him for
page
1
platform.
second.
More people to
Weird.
listen to you than I do. You would be giving her, giving her, giving her, giving her, giving her,
Mm.
giving her, giving her, giving her, giving her, giving her.
Hey, Miss Powerstroke. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
Then again, any man, a real fucking man of Christ is being, I believe, are being held down, being called crazy, being locked up in mental institutions, fucking.
We can purchase the coin in order for us to do what we need to do in the ministry. We do transportation, housing, education. We heal medical, mental, and mental illnesses. I need you to do me a favor and go and get that coin in order for us to accomplish the vision that God has called us to do in our earth.
In order to accomplish that mission that God has gave us on earth, we're going to need your money. So buy my coin.
God, glory for what he has done, but we know that King's dream can only be fulfilled if we acknowledge that people are living in nightmare.
This is Pastor Lorenzo's.
Yeah, people are living in a nightmare because we refuse to wake up to it and face it. Because, Willard, they tell you consciousness. Your happy spot. But they lie. They lie, but consciousness is not a good time, bud. Go look in your dictionary and see what consciousness is. It doesn't mean happy spot or downloads from God. Hey, bud. It's awareness.
just gonna go
That's
and
what
buy
your
you a new
dictionary
one.
shall tell you.
I looked for fucking
Consciousness is
probably
just awareness.
2
If
hours.
you are
man.
aware,
I think it probably went under. It's all right. It's just a rod.
of the weakness
It's,
and
hey,
stupidity
it's just a
that's
rod
around
real
the
quick.
world.
Get them
Thank you for
fish
letting
and
me
all
know.
that cooler. There's
I
some
didn't think it was
crabs in
this
there for
bad.
you too. There's
What
plenty
you've
of ice
given
on.
me,
You ain't got to do them right
I
in a
need to
second.
know the
Just
real
don't
world,
forget 'em.
Willard. Well,
Huh? No, it's in the back of my truck.
I don't know what you're
It's a
up
little black
against, eh,
cooler
Will?
back there. Love you too, buddy.
The tide's turning, bud. The poles are shifting.
The poles are shifting.
And I don't know if you got what it takes in your brain to fucking.
Let's watch this. I'd rather see him freak out than sit there and cry. It's hard for me to watch a grown man cry.
That's what you're supposed to do. You pull the first duty. See, look at me. I can't even fucking figure you guys out. And I'm a good people reader. Well, maybe if I got to see your faces a little bit more. You know what I mean? Get some help there, bud. No turkey.
Somebody call the fire department. That Ukraine of his is on fire right now.
Shit. My brain is on.
Doesn't make it true. See, Carl, I knew therapy sessions would bring you around eventually. Good job. Good job.
No, Will. Thinking you know everything is being a fucking idiot, bud. Asking a few questions and figuring out what's right before you just assume. Might be with the light, but you're a dimwit.
But what part of people who aren't violent and suicidal should get locked away in the hospital? How the first time you get locked up by the very people who had you at one time when you were not in a good place and you made an attempt on your life, how could those people be the ones to put you in the hospital for violence and suicide without any evidence other than what was on Facebook and on text? One step forward and 20 steps back. Sometimes I think this fool is smoking crack.
That'll be a lovely little lullaby for you to fucking sing yourself to sleep with there, Pumpkin. Because I don't know what part you think is funny. I really don't. I'm confused there. Listen, bud, I was to a point in my life where I was making an attempt on my life. It was real. I know what people go through. It's fucking traumatic. You fucking hate yourself. You can't even how do you not know this, you fucking retarded motherfucker? There are people out there fucking hurting so bad they would take their own fucking lives. So I took it upon myself because I made the attempt and I got foiled by my cat. Okay, as weird as that fucking sounds. I took a couple days because nobody still knew that I had that in my fucking brain. You know what I mean? So I took a couple days and I said, hey, Carl, do you want to ask for help and try one more fucking time to want to be alive, Willard? Do you know what that's like, you dumb motherfucker? Do you know what it's like to live inside of a brain that doesn't want to be here because someone tried to fucking destroy you, Willard? You are a sick man, a sick in the fucking brain man who wants people to kill themselves because you want to feel good about yourself and you're a twisted fuck. You're sick in the fucking head, bud. But it gets worse than that. So you go and you ask for help and you get what you fucking need. And fucking all you needed was a little validation to tell you what your problems might be. I took it upon myself when he told me I was dealing with narcissism. I took it upon myself to make myself better, and I learned and I looked and I fucking tried figuring shit out. And I figured to myself, I'm going to stand up for myself and I'm going to do the right thing and just ask for the truth. Am I the fucking problem? I'll find out I'm the problem. If I'm not, they can show me where I'm not. You know what I mean? So yeah, bud. Yeah. I went and got help because I was in a bad fucking place and I got the help I needed. Which is really fucking weird. Because the same people he told me were hurting me with their narcissism got to lock me up for being violent and suicidal. Do you understand how stupid that is? Every piece of evidence that they would have on me being fucking violent and suicidal was put in text that day. It's still out there on Facebook. That's what got me put in the hospital for being violent and suicidal, was telling them that they needed to do an investigation or I was telling on them and they would get hurt very, very, very badly. So they got me locked up in the hospital, dude. That's not right. It's not right. Even if it was, like, fuck, man. You're playing with people's mental fucking health. It's fucking brutal.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I have the video of me
You don't
going
fish
into
in
the-
Florida
How
without
did you
catching a
feel,
shark,
Willard?
MOL.
If you finally stood up for yourself, you told people, hey, start telling the truth. I don't fucking care. Like, what is the truth? How would you feel, Willard, if you stood up for yourself because you dedicated your life to something that fucking was now trying to destroy you, and you got picked up out of your house when you hadn't been violent or suicidal, hadn't threatened a soul, was stronger than you'd been in a fucking long time, willing to stand for yourself, and now you get picked up by the police saying you gotta go to the hospital, buddy. We gotta go to the hospital, little buddy. Don't worry about it. You'll probably just be right back home. Your doctor just wants to talk to you, buddy. You know what I mean? So yeah, Willard. How would you feel about that? And then they locked you up for a day or two. I can't even remember, but just a day or two, Carl. What are you fucking complaining about? For some reason, if you only keep them in there for a day or two, I think after the 5th time, you can fucking ring a ding them for fucking being Britney Spears. That's just the first time, buddy. Has a toll on your mental health, and especially when you come out looking for help and everybody you ask for help comes against you, Willard. It will be proven, Willard. It's recorded. Me asking you for fucking help. It's all recorded, bud. And then it'll show you coming after me, white knighting for Wade Devers.
White Knight
Those are all recorded.
coming after him. How do you
People
come
can check
after
and see
somebody
what
on
Wade
fucking
was saying
YouTube?
against what actually happened.
I wouldn't even know who this freak was if he'd have just fucking went on about his business.
Because it's pretty fucking hard to go around saying, I'm not crazy, but I think I'm a child of God. Please listen to me. But no, you got some fucking dickhead out there running around saying you've been in fucking experimental drugs and shock treatment and all this other fucking shit.
Hook him up, daddy.
Do you think it's fun and games to fuck with people? I hope you have a good time fucking with people, especially you, little me.
Yeah, especially you,
Eric,
little me.
You're going to have some fucking problems, bud. And I hope your family doesn't go down in flames because of you. Separation is needed in your family if they fucking want a better outcome.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, buddy. I'm a child of God, and you just fucking can't help yourself, can you? Because even if I'm not, you're a child of God, little me. And if I'm trying to hurt you, bud, I'll get fucking everything I deserve, pumpkin. Hey? We all gonna get what we deserve, little me. Are you gonna be able to eat your lies in the afterlife, you little bitch? You think it's funny now, don't you, clown? Hey, what about you, buddy? End of times with Rocco. Yeah. Hey? Hate and fucking stupidity. And it is fucking everywhere. 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 But he thinks they fucking know everything, and they will destroy you if they think you're fucking wrong. They won't take a look at what you're
Nah,
doing.
this dude's
today,
fucking
Carl gets a
perfectly
special
sane.
time out today. Yay, I get to leave the house, and I get to justify my fucking existence to be around fucking children. William Swanson, you get to go to God, you motherfucker. You sick little fucking pedophile protecting motherfucker. You get to go to God wanting to fucking destroy me, you little bitch. You get that? You get to do that. Stay the
You know
fuck
they
off my
piss through
phone,
their
you little
skin,
bitch.
Kevin.
Stop
You know
trying
that,
to
right?
contact me. Stop fucking trying. Fuck, man. You get to go to God with this shit. You fucking retard. I've been out here for fucking years fighting for the fucking children and myself. I want myself better too. But that can fucking, you can't do that. You can't ask for help around here because every time you fucking do, someone wants to smash you because they might find out they're the reason you need fucking help. And they don't know they need help because they're sick in the fucking head. And they just fucking, I hate this fucking place.
Oh, why would you
I
post shit
fucking
like
hate
this?
her.
I mean, I'm
I
thankful you
fucking
did.
hate this fucking, see what you
I watch it at
fucking
least
filthy,
once a
dirty,
day. I'm not even gonna lie.
disgusting fucking humans, you vile motherfuckers do to each other. You want to destroy me and make it so I can't be around children? Guess what, Swanson? You get your fucking wish, motherfucker. Because I'd rather die than give up God. I'd rather die than
I
pump
don't know,
fucking
Miss Power
chemicals
Strike.
into myself. And it's an extreme possibility because I sat there in the fucking front of a phone, not even a courtroom, where people can fucking see, fucking understand what the fuck's going on. And I gotta justify my right to not have lithium put into my fucking brain because I get excited. Because I don't like children getting hurt. I don't like the fact that you fucking retards think it's okay to have men and women's sports. I don't think it's okay for you fucking
Doesn't have
retards
nothing
to
to do
think
with
it's
your mental
okay to
illness,
fucking
sir.
mutilate children. I'm allowed to think this shit, you fucking losers.
I think 90% of the people think that shit, but that don't have nothing to do with your mental illness.
Fuck, man, I hate this fucking world. And you cocksuckers are going to find out about God. And if you aren't in the truth, you will pay. You will pay. Eh? What if you do pay? You get pedal protecting little jerk offs. What if you have to pay for eternity because you can't get your fucking brains together? You can't get outside of what you've been fucking taught, what you've been told. You sit there and tell everybody, there's nothing we can do, Carl.
That's my favorite part.
What makes you think you can do it? Because I got God, motherfucker. What makes you think and tell everybody there's nothing we can do, Carl? What makes you think you can do it? Because I got
I'm a
God,
sick motherfucker.
and I ain't a useless fucking loser like you fucking retreads. I will stand for the fucking children. But then again, there's a time you gotta fucking stop and you gotta think about yourself. You gotta say, how much fucking pain do I have to fucking go through just to fucking exist with God? I ain't doing nothing wrong with these fucking videos. Nothing. I'm asking people where the fuck I'm wrong.
Oh. But today he says,
that guy's not playing with fucking full deck. Not at all. How could you go on TV? I have him right on my TV telling me that Kenneth Copeland and Joel Osteen are pedophiles. And that he has the proof. If a man of God had proof that children were being hurt, you got a job to do. And if you refuse to do it, then you're not with Christ. You know what I mean? And if you made it up and then you offer a debate and someone takes you up on it, but they say there's a moderator so you can't control it, and you back the fuck out saying you're better than them and you don't have to fucking stand up for what you said. Sorry, Greg, there's no way out of her, bud. You go straight to hell. That's dirty. That's common sense, dude. Start using your common sense when you say you're with Jesus. Joel Osteen. I didn't say I like Joel Osteen or think that he's pushing the proper Jesus, because I don't. I'm just saying, don't put it in people's heads that he's a pedophile if you don't have proof when you say that you do. You know what I mean? That's an awful thing to fucking say about somebody, right? It's terrible. Better make sure she's right. But then again, don't hold back if you think it, but make sure you know the reasons why you think her. Oh, Willer, everyone, are you under the assumption you tell others what to do? Sure looks that way. Well, that's the thing. Tennessee accountability. Anybody who tells you that you need to listen to them to be with God is a liar. Is a liar. Men can help you come to God, but it's you indeed who has to do the work. You know what I mean? You can have some inspiration, some guidance, but in the end, I believe it's on you. And that's why so many people, like the Bible tells them, it's their book more than mine. You know what I mean? I just picked Jesus out of it and the 10 Commandments. The rest of it, I don't give two fucks about. But it's great. It's great. You know what I mean? Jesus is the way. And trust me, I love Jeremiah. If there's any characters I can fucking relate to in that fucking book, she's Jeremiah, I guess. You know what I mean? Just, and I don't think someone else, God. Then there'd be two of us. I'll stand with that person. Help find me somebody who's with you. So you're I'm a layer then. So you're a layer. I don't know what you're trying to say, Willard. I'm not a liar, bud. I'm not a liar, but I am. Okay. I promise I will never purposely fucking lie to you, bud. Purposely. Never ever. It's like against the rules, bud. You're breaking God's heart when you lie. And you're making someone else live in it too. You know what I mean? So lie's not good. So I try being the truth the best that I can, but I know that I have lies in me. I've been taught lies. So in order to be with Jesus and learn the truth, you got to let go of the lies. Hey, not take ownership of them anymore. Just say, hey. But if you hurt somebody, Willard, you might want to repent. That means repay. You know what I mean? To a certain degree. Hey? But all in your own journey, bud. My greatest hope for Hashem is to permanently manifest his visible presence again on the Temple Mount, for no one ever will go up there again. A kind of day stood still event. Well, I'd love God to come to earth too, but we gotta want him, right? We got to get his spirit. And I think that we're tricked and fooled to think that we're in his spirit, and people just aren't. But you know what I mean? They've been fucking taught a Westhoff Christ. You know what I mean? A Westhoff Christ. He looks good. You know what I mean? Him and Michaela Peterson. Fuck. They look the way you'd want good Christians to look, right? But I believe it's just weakness and stupidity. And they're just lazy and they don't want to find themselves. Because Westhoff has probably read enough manuscripts in the book to know that Jesus lives inside of him. That's where the kingdom is, and it's his responsibility to bring the kingdom to earth. If he connected with God, but he doesn't want to have that experience. He keeps reading about it and thinking he's got it. Hey, that's what I think. But I'm going to go, like I said. This has been like an hour and a half, I bet you. Yeah, over an hour and a half. I give suggestions, not directives. Well, yeah, but all you can do is tell stories and hope that people can learn from what you give them. But in the end, it's them, and it's all on them in the end. You know what I mean?
I don't know what he
Can't be
finds
forcing
funny
ourselves
all
on
the time.
people. But then again,
He got a twisted fucking little thing, don't he?
Willard, see what you can do about Examine for me, bud. See if I can get an interview. Like I said, I want it to be a friendly one. I don't want to be like, you're part of the Azov. I just want to know, does she know about the Azov? Does she know about, Biden when he withheld their funding to fire that district attorney? The one where Hunter Biden was making money off Burisma, but fuck, Hunter Biden wasn't doing it right because those fucking Trump boys. Pentagon, your money. It ain't even businesses that fucking your money, your Pentagon money. Hey, your Pentagon money that makes your movies for you. Why does the Pentagon involved with fucking making movies, and why does your tax dollars fund it? I don't know. I gotta go. Oh, public enemy number one. What does the pointy finger mean? I don't know. What does that mean? Okay, no kids in Carl's house. Okay, no kids in Carl's house, 2026 first. Hey, bud, it's okay. If I get deemed an animal that can't be around kids, I might as well just join the maid program. Hey? The world's made its fucking decision about me, right? It's taken everything I'm about and fucking turned it on and fucking made me fucking look like a fucking shit turd. Eh? Made me look like the shit turd you are, Willard. But that's okay. I'll go to God. I will look a shit turd to the world, man. The world wants to take me out in the maid program, go ahead. If I'm not allowed to talk, use my voice. Here in Canada, if I say the wrong thing about Jesus, I could be charged. How dare you tell people they have the power to not listen to us? When Doug Ford says, you have no business in my business if I'm taking care of your business, I'm better than you. Fuck you. Doug Ford's a piece of shit, eh? And I feel comfortable saying that. No man of God would call someone a piece of shit. Well, he is a piece of shit. But even a piece of shit can turn into a diamond. It's just got to go through a lot more pressure. You know what I mean? It's going to have to deal with the shit that it's done if it tried to turn the world into a shit turd. You know what I mean? I don't like the fact that Doug Ford's fucking building himself off of fucking Ontario and telling us we have no rights to know what he's doing to build our Ontario, because it really fucking sucks here. And the groceries are fucking too expensive. The gas, you fucking retarded motherfuckers, nothing going on in Iran should have anything to do with the price of fucking gas and oil here, because we supply ourselves, you fucking retarded motherfuckers. Learn that. Willard, learn that, you dumb fuck. They make you think things and you do it. You do it. You're the dumb one, Will. You're the dumb one, Will. You better start proving I'm the liar and the dumb one. No one cares, Carl. I know, but you're going to care, Pumpkin. When you take that final dirt nap, you're going to fucking Anton LaVey, bitch. Oh, no, I shouldn't have tried to do that. Oh, some bitch. Son of a bitch. Hey, Willard. You get to go to hell because you're an ignorant, stupid motherfucker. You don't want to help the children. You don't want to help yourself. When you say that's work, like, fuck, you would deserve hell. I don't want you to go to hell, Will. I've been out here begging you, trying to get you to fight for you, but no. Go to hell, bud. Get the fuck off my page. Bye. Saranara cockroach. You got me to the point where I just don't fucking care about it. What you got going on? If you want to go to hell, go. There's nothing I can do to stop you. I don't want to. It's your free will, because I feel like I'm trying to break your, but I'm not. I'm on my channel, Will. I'm on my channel doing my thing. And you can get off the, I bet you like me off the internet, eh? You little shit turd. You love Satan. You're in love with Satan. You got Satan brain, Willard. You're so dumb. You're so dumb because you want to be dumb. You weren't born that way. You just got programmed that way. So unprogram your brain, Willard. Come to, buddy. I know you want me to get help, but you're the one that really needs help because you want pedophiles to fuck children and you don't want to think you can do anything about it. You let children and women, you sicko motherfucker, Will. You're sick in the brain, Will. You're disgusting, and God knows you're disgusting, Willard. It's time for you to wake up, princess, and know all the shit you've done is taking you to your own destination station, and you can't get out of it unless you work your ass off out of it. You thought it was a game playing with me, bud. The game's on you, bud. Player well, and well, let's see how well you make out of this. I don't think you can do it, but that should inspire you, bud. You should say, fuck you, I can do it. It worked for me, bud. Everybody picking on me, telling me I was a piece of shit, telling me I had no rights to think that I would want you better for the children. How dare you? Start small, Carl. Start your community. How about starting at the root cause of the problem, you fucking retards? And you're the problem because you don't want to do anything. You don't think you have any power, but yet you want to fucking slurp off of mine. Fuck you. Go get your own will, bud.
All right. Enough of that fucking idiot, huh? What a fucking moron. Oh, shit. Yeah, there's the real Carl. He's got his little saviors over there. Oh, shit. Grown fucking man needs somebody else to hold his hand. You know they're having backdoor conversations. What's up, Eisner? Oh, shit. Old fucking Tennessee accountability. Something else, man. So, back to the shark thing now. You know they piss through their skin, right? I would never eat a shark. But that's just on. And I've told y'all the story before when a motherfucker like to beat the gunnels out of the boat. Don't ever make that mistake and put one on the boat. That shit was stupid. Well, y'all, I'm fixing to jump off here for a little while. I will holler at y'all later. I appreciate y'all joining me. Peace.